Good afternoon, everybody, and for one final time in 2025, welcome into Fightin Phillies baseball, the final game of the 2025 season, and our final pregame show coming to you here on the Fightin Phillies radio network. I'm Jake Starr, joined alongside by Bob McCool, of course, two of us. Thank you, as always, for your support and listenership all season long. So, game number 6 of 6 between the Fightin Phillies and Patriots. Reading looking to end the week and the season on a high note with a win and a series split against the playoff-bound Somerset Patriots. Reading, though, did fall 6-2 in Saturday night's ball game, a lot shorter than most of the other days this week, especially coming on the heels of what was a 3-hour and 51-minute, 13-inning game on Friday night. So the team's now out here for the final game of the season. Of course, everyone's fate has already been determined. With the Fightin Phillies, of course, this is their last game of the year. And for Somerset, they will, on Tuesday, open up a 3-game series in the Eastern League postseason against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Reading will send Braden Tucker to the mound, looking for his first AA win and his final start of the year. And Kyle Carr, who pitched on Tuesday for Somerset, makes the wraparound start on this Sunday. Carr also in search of his first AA win. It's a very green matchup today on the mound. Braden Tucker making his 4th AA start. Kyle Carr making his 3rd here on the final day of the 2025 season. Game 136 for the Phillies and 138 for the Patriots. And it's all coming up in a little less than 15 minutes time right here at FirstEnergy Stadium. We'll take our first time out on today's pregame show. When we come back, we finish up our final conversation of the year with Reading manager Al Padrique. That conversation with the skipper is coming up after this on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Back on the pregame show on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Jake Starr joined alongside now by my broadcast partner Bob McCool here in the final game of the 2025 regular season. Fightin Phillies taking the field, Bob, but goal today is finish on a high note. I know it was not a season anyone's going to write home about, wins, loss, lies. Still a lot of things to be proud of. We'll hit on that throughout today's game, but just want to finish on a high note heading into the offseason.
For sure. I mean, Somerset's done its job. It's already clinched its playoff spot. It's already at least got themselves a split of this series. The Fightins have that to play for. They want to go out on a high note, as you said, and also at least go away with a split of the final series.
So it's time for today's national anthem. We'll step aside here on our pregame show for one final time. We'll have lineups and first pitch coming up after this for the final game of the 2025 regular season. Good afternoon and welcome inside FirstEnergy Stadium, America's Classic Ballpark, for the final game of this week's series and the final game of the 2025 regular season. Alongside my broadcast partner Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Appreciate you spending this busy Sports Sunday with us on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Well, the Phillies are on the field, so let's take a look at today's starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Somerset Patriots, playing a full slate, 138th game of the year, 38-30 mark in the second half, 73-64 overall record, led by third-year manager Raul Dominguez, who has taken Somerset to the postseason all 3 years. Brendan Jones leads off in right field. George Lombard Jr., the shortstop, at second. Jay Sabina third to DH. Dylan Hasso is fourth. He'll play third. Tyler Hartman fifth at first. Garrett Martin bats sixth, plays center. Jackson Castillo, the left fielder, is seventh. Max Burt is eighth. He'll play second. And Diomedes Hernandez bats ninth. He'll be the catcher. Kyle Carr, the lefty, on the mound tonight for the Patriots. Fightin Phillies, 136 game, 54 and 81 overall record, 29-39 mark in the second half, led by third-year manager Al Padrique. Dante Nori leads off, plays center. Bryson Ware, the DH, bats second. Jose Rodriguez third, he'll play second. Alex Pinellas is fourth, he'll play first. Dylan Campbell fifth in left field. Eric Brito bats sixth, he'll play short. Robert Moore seventh at third base. Cade Fergus is eighth, he'll play right field. And Caden Hediger bats ninth, does the catching. On the mound for the Fightin Phillies today is the right-handed arm, 26-year-old Braden Tucker.
Tucker making his fourth start with the Fightin Phillies. He's 0-1 with a 4.70 earned run average. He also made 12 starts at Jersey Shore at decent numbers. With the Blue Claws, he was 4-3 with a 3.19 at High A Jersey Shore.
So Brendan Jones will dig in, lead things off. Final game of the 2025 campaign for the Fightin Phillies. First time they're finishing off the season at home in quite a while as well. So Jones digs in from the left-handed batter's box. Braden Tucker is ready to roll here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon from Baseball Town. And the righty will fire the first one home. And it's a swing and a miss for strike number 1 at 1:17 p.m. 81 degrees, sunny skies is our first pitch temperature thanks to All Temp Enterprises. 80th game of the year in AA for Brendan Jones. He's a .246 hitter. Next pitch to him is waved on and whiffed. It's 0-2. Time called by Jones. 7 for 25 on the week. That's good for a .280 mark. Here against Reading, a double and RBI. He has stolen 5 bags as well. Long look in here for Tucker. Fires the 0-2. Misses it a bit low and away. It's 1-2. Tucker, the righty, toes the first base side of the rubber, fires home, and Jones swings, hits it in the air towards center. Tracking back goes Fergus, looks over his head and hits off the top of the right field wall. Jones into second. Fergus' throw on a hop is a little bit late, and it's a leadoff double for Brendan Jones, his 14th. And the Patriots have an early base runner in scoring position.
Well, Jones got off to a great start in this series. In the first 3 games, he had scored 5 runs for the Patriots. Been slowed down a little bit in the last couple, including an 0 for last night, but didn't miss that one. Got it just missed from getting out of here by about maybe 2 feet at the most, and it actually hit a little on one of the higher spots of the wall. He pulls that just a couple feet to his right, and that's in the pool.
338 feet on that double from Brendan Jones. That'll bring George Lombard Jr. to the plate for the Patriots. Big lead off second, and they had him picked off, but nobody was near the bag. Jose Rodriguez at second is shaded that way, but was not over there.
Yeah, he was halfway to short. He was almost a shortstop.
So we'll see if Jose Rodriguez creeps any closer here. George Lombard Jr., 108th game with Somerset this year. .214 hitter.
I'm not sure what the umpire's doing. He keeps stopping.
I think the count was wrong. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
1 ball, no strikes. There must have been a pitch clock violation.
Yes.
For the first. So, yeah, pitch clock violation. And it's swung on and a ground ball towards the middle underneath Rodriguez in the center field for a base hit. Jones at the hold up for a second, so he just gets the third. Lombard Jr. has himself a base hit. And the Patriots have men on the corners, still no outs for the 3-hitter, Jay Savina.
Well, Jones had to hold up because he thought Rodriguez was going to field it, and Rodriguez really did not play that ball all that well. He kind of waved at it, didn't really sell out on it. Could have at least maybe gotten a glove on it, kept it in the infield. Now, in the end, it didn't hurt because it still would have been a base hit for Lombard, and Jones would end up staying at third base. But just for that moment, it froze Jones. He had to hold up, and that's why he's still at third.
So Jay Sabina in from the right side. Brandon Tucker facing him here, fires the first one home, and that's a bit up for a ball. It's 1-0. I'm currently trying to see the last time the Reading Fightin' Phils finished the season at home. Yeah. I am back in 2007.
Really?
And I still have not found one. And runner goes. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Throw to second is in time, but a run will score in Jones. So that'll make it 1-0 Patriots. So Lombard Jr. is caught stealing. Jones, though, takes home. Makes it 1-0. It's a 2-ball and no strike count.
So the Phils at that point just kind of sacrificing to take the out at second, sacrifice the run, almost like conceding a run with the infield back in that regard. But big thing was is they were able to get Lombard at second base to at least get an out out of it.
Next pitch, swing and a miss. It's 2-1.
So now for Tucker, it's a bit of a refresh. Bases are now empty after the back-to-back hits. So now you got to go after the hitters and make sure it stays at 1 run.
And 2-1 is down 3-1. So the MLB research tool goes back to 2005. Not a single instance in which the Reading Fightin' Phils finished the season at home. So you got to go back before 2005 to find the last time that this season ended at home. Here's the 3-1. It's swung on and fouled straight back. It's 3-2. Hits off the top of the overhang and drops back into the seats.
I know they do give the teams some limited options of games that they want, what they want to host, what they don't want to host. Whether or not that had any factor in it or not.
Also, it does not count as a stolen base for Brendan Jones, just advance because of the caught stealing.
No, because he was caught.
3-2 is on the corner, caught strike 3, and Braden Tucker picks up his first strikeout in today's game. 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring Dylan Hasso to the plate.
So is that regarded as like a fielder's choice because of that?
I guess.
I mean, right, the fielder made the choice to go to second versus
an explanation.
come home. It's interesting. Who says you can't learn something, Jake?
Even on the last day of the year.
That's right.
First pitch to Hasso has been up for a ball. It's 1-0.
So if Lombard had been safe, then
It's a
Jones
double
gets
steal.
a stolen base.
So 2 outs for Hasso, 1 ball, no strikes to him. 2 outs here in the first. Patriots lead at 1-0. Pitch home is a bit down. It's 2-0. That's crazy. At least since 2005. Reading Fightin Phils have not finished a season at home until now. Next year, they're also scheduled to finish the year at home as well. 2-0 is a sinker in for a called strike. It's 2-1. Also at 76 RBI. He is 2 shy of the Somerset single-season RBI record. 3 from surpassing it. 2-1 is another sinker. Misses down. It's 3-1. And we already have ourselves a very tight strike zone today. Nobu Yasuda, the crew chief behind home plate. Brian Laws is at first. Jamal Allen is at third. Two outs here in the first. Dylan Hasso, the right-handed bat. The pitch, and that's down ball 4. Get you the Fightin Phils defense here. Alex Pinellas plays first. Jose Rodriguez back in the lineup for the first time in over a week is at second. Eric Brito plays short. Robert Moore is at third. Cade Fergus in right. Dante Nori in center. Dylan Campbell in left. And Caden Hediger is the catcher today for the Fightin Phils. So Tyler Hardman, batter now for the Patriots, 227 hitter. First pitch is a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Hardman 4 for 16 this week. 3 of those 4 hits have been for extra bases. A double, a triple, and a home run for Tyler Hardman. Did homer in last night's ball game. 0-1. It's a bit outside. It's a ball and a strike. Pinellas holds the runner on at first. Rodriguez shades towards the second base bag with the righty up at second. Left side of the infield pretty straight up with Eric Brito and Robert Moore. And the 1-1 is swung on and dribbled foul off the facing of the Somerset dugout. It's 1-2. Fightin Phils in their Reading hot dog jerseys today. Red and yellow tops, white pants, blue back of the caps, white on the front, red brim, a hot dog plastered on the front. Brendan Tucker wears the high red socks on the first base side of the rubber. Somerset goes with their navy blue road alternates and gray pants. The 1-2 is low and away. It's 2-2. The 20th pitch of this first inning from Braden Tucker. Two outs still in the frame as Dylan Hasso leads off first. And the pitch home is swung on and rolled over foul again. It stays at 2-2. Somerset working some long at-bats early on in this ball game. Hardman, who has been a part of Somerset for parts of 4 seasons now, joined the team late in 2022. Played a role in their Eastern League championship. Last time they won a championship was 2022. About to make the playoffs for the 4th straight year. The 2-2 was swung on and grounded foul. Past the third base coach's box. Raul Dominguez is not coaching at third today. Looks like it's Uziel Viloria, the third base coach, their defensive coach, and their other defensive coach, Derek Woodley, is their first base coach. Seems a little oxymoronic to have your defensive coaches on the base paths, but that's just me. 2-2 to Tyler Hardman, 2 outs still in the first, 1-0 ball game as Dylan Hasso, who walked, gets his lead. Now time called by Tyler Hardman. Hardman overall 227 hitter. He's got 20 homers and 65 runs driven in. And the 2-2. Swung on and lifted foul again. It'll stay 2-2. I'm going to start a fan say, keep the ball in fair territory.
Yeah, as a kid, I have to agree with him.
He knows what's in 3 hours from now. He
Yeah.
wants to get home and watch the Eagles game.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of thinks that way. Like, let's go see the ball game, get home in perfect time to watch the Eagles play.
2-2 the count, and the pitch home. Swinging another foul ball. It stays 2-2. So, Bob, coming up the stairs a little bit to our right now, right? You're going to see a number 29 midnight green Eagles jersey.
I do.
That is a LaShawn McCoy jersey.
Okay.
He wore 29 in his rookie year.
Really?
Before
Okay.
switching to 25. I saw McCoy on the back, and I don't think I've ever seen a 29 LaShawn McCoy jersey out.
I would have thought that was the guy's name. I wouldn't have thought that was LaShawn McCoy.
Maybe it is his name.
It could be.
2-2. Upstairs, 3-2. So when I see 29, I think more of DeMarco Murray.
Right.
And kind of that train wreck of a 2015 Eagles season that was.
Sean McCoy remains the best high school football player I ever saw. That's
Pittsburgh,
a game.
right? No, he was Harrisburg. He went to Pitt.
Bishop McDevitt and then went to Pitt, correct. Of a guy, that's players that I saw, games that I call.
3-2. Right down the chute. That's a called strike 3. Tyler Hardman goes down on strikes. So a couple of strikeouts in the first inning for Braden Tucker. Gives up a run, 2 hits, and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. Somerset 1, Fightin Phillies coming to bat. Bottom half of the first inning. Let's look again at our Fightin Phillies lineup presented by Golden Oaks Landscaping. Dante Nori leads off in center. Bryson Ware bats second to DH. Jose Rodriguez bats third, plays second. Alex Manelis is fourth. He'll play first. Dylan Campbell fifth in left field. Eric Brito is sixth, plays short. Robert Moore bats seventh at third base. Cade Fergus eighth and right. And Caden Hediger bats ninth and he'll catch. On the mound for Somerset for the second time this week, making the wraparound start. It's Kyle Carr.
Yeah, he's made 3 starts at AA, and 2 of them have been here. He does not have a decision. 6.23 earned run average in total. 8 2/3 innings at AA, 6 hits, 9 strikeouts, 5 walks. On Tuesday, he did go 5 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He also made 22 starts at High A Hudson Valley before being promoted to Somerset.
Dante Nori digs in from the left side, leads things off for the Fightin Phillies today. First pitch to him is down for a ball. It's 1-0. It's been a quiet first week in AA for Dante Nori. He's just 1 for 17. Had a hit on Tuesday late and has been hitless ever since. Still a very impressive first full year of pro baseball for Nori, hitting .257 on the season. 1-0 is swung on a ground ball to the right side. 2 hops for Burt, the second baseman, ranging to his left. Fires the first. It's in time. That's out number 1, and that'll bring Bryson Ware to the plate. Arun Escobar originally was in the 2 spot, was a late scratch. if you remember, had a little bit of an awkward slide back in the first base yesterday. Stayed in the game, but would have to think maybe came in today and just wasn't feeling as good as maybe you would have thought.
Yeah, he hit a triple a little later on in the game.
First pitch to Bryson Ware is a strike. It's 0-1. You know, a lot of times with those kind of things, they might kind of flare up 12, 24 hours later.
A little bit afterwards, yeah.
I think a lot of times you just play, the adrenaline pushes you through. Here's the 0-1 to Bryson Ware. He'll swing and foul it back. It's 0-2. Appreciate you spending this Sunday with us, wherever you may be. It's a very busy Sunday on the sports calendar, as, I mean, really this time of year is. Got a full slate of NFL games going on. Eagles, 4:25 in a Super Bowl rematch against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 consecutive games. So Eagles will look to change that today. 0-2 is fouled off to the first base side. And, of course, the Phillies about to get underway in a couple of minutes against the Kansas City Royals, which, what that irony, Philly, KC, and 2 different sports today.
Also true.
But the biggest storyline for the Phillies, of course, is that magic number is 1. They can clinch the National League East today. 0-2. Ware will take that one down. It's 1-2.
And if they don't clinch it today, most of us are not going to see them clinch it because now they go to L.A. for 3, and there are all 10-10 starts in L.A. beginning tomorrow night.
Rangers and Mets also getting underway, so it's either a Phillies win or a Mets loss today. The 1-2 down and into Bryson Ware. It's 2-2. And the Phillies will pick up their 2nd straight National League East crown. And what do we say pregame? 13th all time?
Yes.
Franchise history. 2-2. Is swung on a sky-high fly ball, but it's foul. And a left field line. 13th, my math is correct.
Today would be
number 13.
23 would be 13.
2nd in a row, of course, after winning the National League East last year. 2-2. Swing and a dribbler off the right foot of Bryson Ware in the box, so it'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, there were no divisions before 1969, the expansion. Then that's when division play actually came in to Major League Baseball, and it wouldn't have mattered because the Phillies wouldn't have won a whole lot anyhow. They weren't very good for very many years.
2 pennants before that, 1915 and 1950. There was a 3rd year in there they should have won the pennant, but 2-2, swing and a miss, and Bryson Ware goes down on strikes for out number 2. Yeah, 1964. I guess you could say it was a Mets-like collapse.
Yeah, it was. It was, if my memory is right, if I think this is right, I think it was a 6.5 games lead with 10 to play.
Which that's worse
there
than
were,
Mets.
I mean, because obviously in those days, again, there was no division, so you win the National League Championship if you win that.
And you go right to the World Series.
Right to the World Series. There were World Series tickets printed. Because those are around. They're a collector's item.
Rodriguez is strike 0-1 because back in the day you had to print this stuff early.
Right.
You couldn't just send it to a phone after the fact.
not taking your phone up to the Connie Mack Stadium and saying, "Here, I'm coming in."
0-1. Rodriguez swings. It's a fly ball, foul territory down the right field line. Jones, the right footer, is over, slides. It's out of his reach, so he'll take 1 hop off the warning track and off the fence. 0-2.
Because, by the way, if you would have done that in 1964, you would have had to take the phone off the kitchen wall to take it to Connie Mack Stadium.
But there still was no way to scan a ticket on that either.
No, but
that was back in the day,
that was
kids,
your phone.
where there was a thing called a stub, and you had to bend it and rip it off.
Correct. And your phone didn't go with you.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. What a world.
0-2 to Rodriguez, making his first start of the week. Was 7 for 19 last week at Hartford. And the next pitch is a swing and a miss, strike number 3, and a couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 first inning for Kyle Carr. 1 down here in the final game of the 2025 regular season. Patriots on top. It's 1-0. International Fireworks is the official sponsor of the Phillies fireworks shows during the 2025 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville or visit fireworksrus.com. Top half of the second inning, Fightin Phillies trail Somerset 1-0. Braden Tucker's out for inning number 2 of work for him, and he'll face 6, 7, and 8 of the Patriots lineup here in the inning. Once again, alongside my broadcast partner, Bob McCool, I'm Jake Starr. Thrilled as always to bring you Fightin Phillies baseball, wrapping up season number 3 here on the Fightin Phillies radio network. And the 2026 season will be here before you know it. About 235 days, I think, is the number.
Not that anybody's counting.
Not that we're counting yet. Garrett Martin leads off the top of the second for Somerset, and Tucker's first pitch home was a called strike. It's 0-1. Fightin Phillies today also announced their 2025 team awards. Always a nice ceremony in the pregame. Next pitch home was a ball 1-1. Ada Miller was the Stolen Base Leader Award. Tommy McCullum won the Community Service Award. Chuck King, the Unsung Hero, and Alex Pinellas won the Clutch Player Award to start off the award recognition for the Fightin Phillies. The 1-1 is a slider, misses a bit outside. It's 2-1. The strikeout leader and pitcher of the year award went to Gene Cabrera, and the big stick, which is the home run leader, and the team MVP award both went to Felix Reyes. 2-1 is down, 3-1, and just what a year for Felix Reyes, who was not in the lineup yesterday, not in the lineup today, but he's going to win the Eastern League batting title once. I mean, he's going to win it, but you got to wait till all 6 games go final today before we can officially.
Somebody could have 30 hits today.
It's going to be a 40-inning game where someone goes 30 for 30. I don't even know if that would be enough. 3-1, swinging a foul ball straight back. He's going to finish the year hitting at .335. Just these numbers are ridiculous.
They are. I mean, it's such a cool story.
A slash line of .335, .365. And he's not a guy who walks a lot. Only 18 walks for Felix Reyes.
I was looking at this today. I didn't realize he doesn't strike out very much.
Only 61 strikeouts.
Yeah, for a guy with his power and his
3-2 is outside ball 4.
His bat, he only struck out 61 times, I think is very impressive.
And the question is, do they come to him and say, we want you to walk more? But then at the same time, could that come at the expense of more strikeouts? Because you're going to start taking more of those pitches on the edge. I think you let him just be who he is.
Absolutely.
And the biggest thing for Felix Reyes is just really finding where he's going to settle in defensively. He's played both corners in the outfield, both corners in the infield this year. Jackson Castillo digs in.
Yeah, between DHing, playing first, and playing in the outfield, I think he's fine. I don't think he's a defensive liability. I mean,
no.
we've had other people here who've had struggled more defensively. He's okay. What I've loved about Felix Reyes from day one is his desire to play.
First pitch to Castillo was a ball, so the 1-0 home was a swing and a miss, 1-1. But just finish off these numbers: .335, .365 on base, .572 slugging, an OPS of .937, 62 runs. Man, this is all in 95 games. 34 doubles, 4 triples, 15 home runs, 65 RBIs. He also stole 13 bags this year in 15 attempts.
That's
they
also
check on
impressive
Castillo,
because
who's
he's a big
back
dude. I mean, the other thing is, I would be curious to know what his longest over was for the year. I mean, he just was so consistently good. No,
a slump for him was one game of an 0 for 4.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-1. Up the letters, 2-1. And I mean, you look at the Eastern League ranks. First in average, tied for 8th in home runs, tied for 7th RBI, 6 on base, first slugging, first OPS, tied for 2nd in hits, 1st in doubles, 1st in extra base hits, 1st in total bases. And he only played. But he only played 95 games.
Absolutely.
Next pitch, a strike to Castillo. It's 2-2. I mean, he's my Eastern League MVP.
Well, it's hard to pick the MVP, a team that is going to finish at or near the bottom of the standings.
I think Jet Williams and Ryan Clifford from Binghamton, Max Anderson also in the race. But you look at every number combined.
In terms of from start to finish,
I think it's Reyes.
He had a great season. There's no doubt about it.
We'll check on Martin again. He's back in safely. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count here to Jackson Castillo. So no outs in the top of the second inning. Somerset on top, 1-0. 2-2 home, runner goes. Pitch is swung on, hit in the air towards left. Into foul territory. Campbell races over and it lands foul. First couple of rows of the left field grandstand, and it'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, also the Phillies will pick their minor league players of the year, the Paul Owens Award. We don't know yet who it's going to be, but I think Gene Cabrera, Griff McGarry are 2 guys that could be in contention. I think Felix Reyes is very much in contention for the Paul Owens Award. 2-2, runner goes again. Pitch swung on, ground ball to second. 3 hops for Rodriguez. His only play is the first. It's in time. Garrett Martin goes up to second on the play. That'll bring Max Burke to the plate.
Okay.
If it's not Reyes, I think Kemp would probably be my next pick, because maybe Crawford, but he did win it last year. I don't know if they would go back-to-back.
Yeah, we talked about that before. I don't know that they do. You know, if somebody can win it more than once, I don't know if that's a thing, or if they try not to do it to
If you can't win it more than once, then maybe that affects Cabrera, because he won it in 2021.
Correct. I mean, obviously Crawford's has had a great year at AAA. I know Kemp had a great year at AAA, but obviously he spent a lot of time in Philly as well.
Hit 310. First pitch to Burt is up. It's 1-0. So for precedent's sake, in 2023 they gave it to Johan Rojas, who played, I think it was 76 games here in Reading. Kemp was right around that same 75, 76 mark with Lehigh Valley. So there is precedent, and he has contributed to the Phillies this year too. 1-0. Up and away, 2 balls and no strikes.
He's really contributed in the last week. He's been
red
swinging
hot.
a great bat this week.
When we talked yesterday, you know, whether or not Kemp gets on the postseason roster, should everyone be healthy, it probably comes down to him and Weston Wilson, you'd have to think.
Yeah, they're 2 similar roles that the 2 of them serve, both right-handed hitters, both guys who are multi-position players as well.
2-0 is swung on by Burt, popped up, third base side, foul territory. Robert Moore towards the warning track makes the catch. And that'll be out number 2. Burt's retired. Diomedes Hernandez is up, and Kyle Schwarber just hit home run number 52 of the season.
Pulls him within 6 of Ryan Howard's
within 6
franchise record.
2 weeks to go.
Yep.
I think they have, what, 12 games left?
Got
6 on the road.
6, 12, yep.
And
12 after
is
today.
that last homestand a 3 and a 3?
Yes.
So 12 to
Yeah,
go.
it's the Twins, and I forget who the other one is. I know it's the Twins.
They finished with the Twins. Is it
Right.
the Marlins?
Yes, that's the other one.
They have the Dodgers and Diamondbacks next week.
Correct.
First pitch to Hernandez is swung on a fly ball towards right. Back goes Fergus. He'll make the catch. And that'll retire the side in the second. The runs, no hits, 1 left for Somerset. We will go to the bottom of the second inning. Fightin' Phils trail at 1-0. Crazy hot dog vendor doing his thing for the final time this season. Phillies just tacked on another. JT Realmuto is 12th home run of the season.
There you go.
I can feel it, Bob. I can feel the division.
Well, it's funny because I just looking at it before in the last inning with Nola pitching, and there was a pop-up, and JT really caught it. And I thought, it's interesting that JT's catching today.
He catch last night?
Yeah, I think he did.
I know Marchand started, I believe, Friday night. Either Thursday or Friday night, Marchand started.
But just, day game after night game, usually you give your catcher the day off. We got a road trip coming up, but I think that's because JT wanted to be out there when they clinched.
Yeah, you give him a day off. I'm sure they'll probably give a few guys days off tomorrow.
Yeah, if they clinch today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to take care of business against the Dodgers, though, because you got to make sure you keep yourself separate from the Dodgers to make sure that you get at least the top one of the top 2 spots. The Dodgers right now have the 3rd spot in terms of avoiding
you're chasing the Brewers.
Yeah, you want to avoid the wild card.
Yeah. Bottom of the second, brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, PA, outside of Lebanon. So, bottom 2, 1-0 is our score. Reading will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate here in the frame. Alex Benelis will lead off for Reading here in this final contest of 2025. First pitch to Benelis is a called strike. It's 0-1. 68th game for Benelis, a .265 hitter. 7 homers, 55 runs driven in. Named as the Fightin Phil's Clutch Player Award winner today. 0-1 is a check swing, but home plate umpire Nobu Yasuda says he went around, so it's 0-2. On the week, Benelis 4 for 14, had a home run a couple of nights ago. What was the 13-inning marathon of a game? 0-2 is down and away. It's 1-2. Benelis started the year in the Red Sox system, playing for AAA Worcester. Was released in May, signed to the Phillies a few days later. He's been here in Reading ever since. 1-2 is swung on and tapped softly to second. Charging is Burt. He fields it, fires the first on the run. It's in time. That's out number 1. And that'll bring Dylan Campbell to the plate. You start to kind of think to yourself mentally, you know, what are the 2026 Reading Fightin Phils going to look like? I think Dylan Campbell is most certainly a guy that, of course, there's could be off-season trades, but barring no or limited off-season trades, I think Dylan Campbell's a guy who very well could be here to start next season. I think, you know, Dante Nori, Arun Escobar, 2 guys who are going to be key pieces to Reading, whether or not they start here. And Campbell swings. It's a high fly ball out towards left. Castillo goes back, shades his eyes from the sun, struggles to make the catch, but he does make it on the warning track for out number 2.
Yeah, it seems weird seeing somebody battling the sun in left field, because normally we're looking at people battling the sun in right field. But at this hour of the day, it was a struggle for Castillo for sure to make sure he found it, did a good job fending off the sun. And off the bat, Campbell, it looked like Campbell had gotten a good chunk of it. He did hit it well, just not enough.
329 feet on that fly ball from Campbell. Just got under it. And that'll bring Eric Burrito to the plate for the Fightin Phils. And first pitch is a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, I think if to the point about Campbell and Nori, I would think that they would probably want to separate the 2 of them so they're both playing center field, right? I mean, obviously Campbell is done very well in left field.
0-1. Burrito swings. It's a chopper to short. Fielded by Lombard Jr. charging on a couple of hops. His throw to first is in time. That is out number 3. Fightin Phils down in order again in the second. We will head to the third. 1-0 our score. Patriots on top. In the top of the third inning, we want to thank our 2025 season sponsor, Pepsi. Go Fightin Phils and drink more Pepsi. 1-0 our score, top of the third inning. Lineup card flips over for the first time for either side today as Somerset will send the leadoff man, Brendan Jones, to the plate. As Braden Tucker at 42 pitches is back out for inning number 3 of work.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting the last couple of bats for Somerset because it was a kind of a tipping point for Tucker in terms of
that
number
leadoff
of pitches.
walk.
Right, and then he walked the leadoff man. So, but fortunately for him, he was able to get Burt pretty quickly, and then Hernandez swung at the first pitch and got out of it. So he got out of the last two batters relatively quickly and may have saved him a little bit to get deeper into this game.
First pitch to Brendan Jones, a bit up for a ball. It's 1-0. Jones, who doubled and has scored Somerset's only run so far in tonight's ball game. Did it again, I said tonight. 1-0 is a bit outside, 2-0. Today's ball game.
Good thing you don't do Cubs games. Of course, I don't know how many games they play in the daytime.
I mean, I know every Friday game is at home.
Yeah.
Every Friday home game is a day game at 2:20 Eastern time. 2-0 is at the knees for a called strike. It's 2-1. Jones 8 for 26 this week, couple of doubles and an RBI. As the crowd continues to fill in, 2-1 has been outside. It's 3-1. Also got ourselves an answer on the last time the Fightin Phils finished the season at home.
Yes?
2001.
Really?
So 24 years.
That's amazing.
Finishing the year on the road. And finally finishing at home this year and next year. Here's the 3-1. It's swung on and lifted foul. Give a thank you to Andrew Nelson from the Fightin Phils front office for his help on getting us that information.
Got to go into the archives?
Yeah, once you get past 05, you got to go into the archives. Which we do have physical archives, which may be crazy to believe this day and age. 3-2 the count here to Brendan Jones. And here's the pitch home. This is outside ball 4. So the third walk issued by Braden Tucker in today's ball game. Goes to the leadoff man Jones to the board for the second time. And that'll bring George Lombard Jr. to the plate.
It's a leadoff walk for 2 straight innings. It didn't hurt him last inning, but again, you're just playing with fire, especially with this lineup. Leadoff walks.
So Lombard Jr. is in. He's singled to left his first time up in the first. Tucker moves to the stretch, fires home, and Lombard will take that for a strike. It's 0-1. Tucker making just his 4th Double-A start. He's gone 5 innings or more in all 3. Last time out, he pitched on Sunday at Hartford. Went 5 innings, 3 runs, 7 hits. Walked and struck out exactly 3 each. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 26-year-old Tucker began the season in Jersey Shore. Kind of teetered back and forth between starter and reliever, but eventually really found his footing once the second half started as a starter, and was one of the best pitchers in the South Atlantic League for basically all of July and August up until he was called up to Reading. From July 4th to August 17th, made 6 starts, went 4-0 by .73 earned run average. 0-2 the count here to George Lombard Jr. Pitch home. That one is taken upstairs. It's 1-2.
Jersey Shore really turned it around in the second half. Their record-wise, they were pretty close to what Reading was the first half, but they had a much improved second half.
I mean, if that can be a source for optimism going into next year, hopefully that can kind of carry over to the guys who matriculate up here to Reading. Runner goes. They got a great jump. Pitches a swing and a miss. Sort of second. Hits off either the runner or the bag.
Yeah, hit the runner, Jones. It hit him in either the backside or the leg, but he had that space stolen on the jump. No doubt about it. He's, again, one of those guys we were talking about with Somerset who kind of has that jumping lead, and he timed that perfectly. He was literally off on a hop.
So George Lombard Jr. does strike out. It's the 3rd for Braden Tucker. Jones, though, picks up his 27th stolen base of the year. And that is also the 50th stolen base total this year for Jones. First pitch is a strike to Avina, 0-1, making him the first Yankees minor leaguer since Anthony Volpe, who stole 50 in 2022, to also steal 50 bags in a season. So first time in 3 years that has happened for a Yankees minor leaguer. 0-1 is a breaking pitch for a called strike. It's 0-2. Of course, the Phillies org has a couple of guys who swiped 50 or more this year. Aiden Miller's up to 56. Dante Norris up to 52. Across the system as a whole, a lot of stolen bases this year. Reading right now 4th in the Eastern League in that category. First ball to Avinas. It's up. It's 1-2.
It's interesting that the stolen base is becoming a little bit more prevalent in baseball again. For a number of years, it kind of fell off. And the obsession with power and home run numbers and strikeouts.
It's nice to see.
Absolutely. It's a big piece of the game.
1-2. Way outside. Picked on a hop by Hediger. Good job by him.
What a great play by Hediger. I don't know how he got that, but he did. It was a backhanded stop with a catcher's mitt on a pitch that was way out of the strike zone. I mean, that was with Avinas in the right-hand batter's box. That pitch was in the left-hand batter's box, and somehow or another he got a glove on it and stopped it cleanly.
So 2-2 the count. One out to Jay Savina. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in today's ball game. Tucker checks back at the runner at second and fires home. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Jay Savina. 4th strikeout for Braden Tucker. And already has set himself a Double-A high in strikeouts.
Yeah, well, it's been a battle for Tucker, but he's in a position to get out of this without anything further damage.
I mean, look, if he can give you 5 today,
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a struggle, but at this point, he's getting through it.
So that'll bring Dylan Hasso up with 2 outs. First pitch is a bit outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Hasso, who walked his first time up on an 8-game on-base streak currently, sits at 76 runs driven in, 2 shy of Somerset's single-season record. Of course, when you factor in records for Somerset, this only goes back 5 years, to 2021. 1-0, runner goes. Pitch is up for a ball. It's 2-0. There was no throw. So another stolen base by Brendan Jones. So it's 28th with Somerset, 51st in total this year. And it puts the perhaps second run of the night just 90 feet away. And the next pitch is sinker on the outside corner. It's 2-1. It's right-handed hitting Dylan Hasso.
That hopping thing that Jones does, it works really well for him. He gets great jumps as a byproduct of it. It's kind of a timing thing. The timing when you're going to make that hop and it gets you a running start.
2-1, swing and a miss. It's 2-2.
Saw Binghamton doing that when Binghamton was in here, and now we've seen Somerset do the same thing. I can imagine if I was pitching, it would probably be really annoying.
Well, I mean, especially when the guy's on third, and you're a righty, and you're seeing it out of the corner of your eye.
Or vice versa, if you're a lefty, he's on first base. I mean, you can't help not see it.
2-2. Swung on, popped in the air towards right. Back goes Fergus. It'll stay in the yard. Right fielder to his left makes the catch, and that'll retire the side in the third. So once again, a leadoff walk, and then 3 straight outs for Braden Tucker. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Somerset still holding on to a 1-0 lead. This inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. So, bottom half of the third inning, 1-0 Patriots on top. Lefty Kyle Carr is back out for his third inning of work. It has been 6 up, 6 down for Carr so far. He's making his second start of the week after allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. Over 5 innings on Tuesday, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks for Carr. So Moore digs in from the right side, switch hitter. First pitch to Moore has been inside for a ball, 1-0. We've seen Robert Moore, I think, hit from the right side a lot more this week than we have probably any series this year. Somerset, a team who has a lot more lefties than your typical team. 1-0. It swung on a slowly hit ground ball to short. Lombard Jr. is in, fields it, fires the first in time. Robert Moore is retired, out number 1. Also a Somerset pitching staff that is very highly regarded. All 5 guys that pitched this week are top 13 prospects in the Yankee system, according to MLB Pipeline. So this feels like New York, they keep churning out prospects, and it's a team that usually wins every year in New York, so they keep hitting with those draft picks and free agent signings.
An interesting series between they and Binghamton.
First pitch to Fergus, a swing and a miss. I mean,
Binghamton was loaded up in the first half and won it easily, but even though they lost a good chunk of that roster, they still kept winning.
Binghamton, if they win today, is going to win 90 games on the season.
Right.
They're 89 and 46 overall. They have 44 wins in the second half, 44 and 24. Next pitch to Fergus is down for a ball, 1-1. I mean, Binghamton won the division in the second half too by at least 6 games.
Right. Yeah, I mean and those call-ups came right after the trade deadline when the
Jet Williams, Ryan Clifford,
all those guys went at a bench. They all went up at the same time.
1-1. Fergus swings. It's a high fly ball deep to left. Castillo back at the track, at the wall. It is gone. Cade Fergus hits his 10th home run of the season. Ties the game up at 1. And also his 15th in total this year between a couple of stops.
Yeah, Cade Fergus was hot in the home run category for a while, but it seems like it's been a long time since he got one. It's been a very frustrating season for him for sure, but the exception of that, the power development that came out of Cade Fergus in 2025.
Fergus amongst the Phillies leaders in home runs, tied for 4th in the org with his 15. And that'll bring Caden Hediger to the plate. 397 feet from Fergus, 108 off the bat. And here's a pitch to Hediger, is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. And first hit of the day also for the Fightin Phils, thanks to that home run from Fergus, the 1-0. Hediger, a check swing. Doesn't matter. Pitch was there for a strike. It's 1-1. Beautiful Sunday afternoon here from Baseball Town. Final game of the year, 1-1. Hediger swings and he fouls it, 1-2. I think Hediger very well could be someone who starts next year in Reading as a catcher. Turned in a pretty good year with Jersey Shore.
Devin Saltabon, I think, is another name you'll hear in Reading next year. He played this year all at Jersey Shore, but he was hurt for a chunk of the year. But with Arun Escobar moving up from Clearwater to Jersey Shore, Saltabon started to play some in the outfield because they're both the same age. They're both 20 years old, and they were both second basemen.
Another name I'd be intrigued to kind of see is Brian Rincon. It feels like he's kind of tapered off, and he's just dealt with so many injuries the last couple of years. 1-2 is up and in 2-2. Because we talked about it very early.
A smooth fielding shortstop.
That was the thing. It's like you start Miller here, Rincon at shortstop, then maybe one replaces the other eventually.
Yep.
And Miller obviously up in AAA now. Rincon just really never could stay healthy. 2-2. Hediger swings and he pops it up. It'll go out of play, foul behind home plate. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also, that home run by Cade Fergus, his first since July the 19th against Portland.
That's what I said. He was on a run for a while of home runs, including his time at Lehigh Valley, and even when he hit a few when he came back, but it felt like it's been a long time since he hit one.
And the 2-2 to Hediger is a wave and a whiff. He's down on strikes, so 3rd strikeout for Kyle Carr, and that'll bring Dante Nori to the plate for the 2nd time today. So Dante Nori, he's 0 for 1 today. First pitch is a breaking pitch that misses a bit inside. It's 1-0. Norrie, 257 hitter between 3 levels this year. 18 doubles, 11 triples, 4 home runs, 47 runs driven in, 52 stolen bases. 1-0 is a foul ball. It's 1-1. So I think a pretty impressive first full pro season for Norrie, who will turn 21 in October. Escobar, who's not starting today, also just 20 years old, the 1-1. Norrie swings in a line drive into right field. That's a base hit. It'll roll towards the wall. Norrie turns towards second. He is going to head to third. Here is the throw to third. Dante Norrie slides in safely with what will be his first Double-A triple and 12th of the season.
Well, I said this last night. I can't wait to see Dante Norrie hit one in the gap because I want to see him run. Man, can he fly. He is really, really fast.
Now, there was a bit of a misplay by Jones in right.
Yeah, he didn't play it well. It kind of rolled past him. He didn't get there quickly
They are going to give it a triple.
Yeah.
It's the last day of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Give the kid a triple. But, man, can he run. He's fun to watch. That's when you really like this. I mean, it's great to see a guy steal a base. But when there's a ball hitting the gap and they can kind of really let it out, it's great to watch that.
So here is Bryson Ware, and the first pitch to him is outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Kind of back, if you flash back to like when a Jimmy Rollins hit a ball in a gap, you just watch him go.
Or in the corner.
Yes, it's just great.
Bryson Ware, strikeout victim, his only time up today. The 1-0 is a slider a bit down. It's 2-0. So after not having a hit for the first 7 batters of this game or a base runner, Reading has a home run and a triple over their last 2 batters. Dante Norrie is amongst the leaders in minor league baseball in triples hit this year as well. Next pitch, Ware swings. He'll slice it foul down the right field line. One ball game here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Fightin' Phillies had the go-ahead run standing on third base. So Dante Norrie is alone in 3rd place in minor league baseball in total triples this year with 12. Next pitch is low for a ball. It's 3-1.
Yeah, 11 triples in 109 games in Clearwater. I mean, that's a lot of triples. But when you see him run, you understand why.
It almost reminds you go back to 2007 when Jimmy Rollins hit 20 triples that year. Just how hard that is to do.
Absolutely it is.
You need speed, but you also need some luck. And balls to take awkward caroms or tuck in the corner. 3-1 is outside ball 4. So after the triple to Norrie, now a walk to Bryson Ware. And Reading has men on first and second with 2 outs for Jose Rodriguez on the first walk of the day for Kyle Carr. .39 pitches for Carr. First 2 innings are pretty smooth. Now hitting a bit of turbulence here in the 3rd. Rodriguez, a strikeout victim, his first time up. First pitch, a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Of course, that's something we've kind of become accustomed to with Jose Rodriguez.
Yeah, he gets up there hoping you're going to throw him a first pitch fastball because he's hacking. And it was a slider, and he was way ahead of it and swung over the top of it. But he gets good quality at bats despite that.
He takes his one swing and then he really dials in.
It's like he's gonna take his shot, and then if he comes up empty, all right. Well, now I'll just kind of work the at bat, foul pitches off until I see a good pitch.
0-1 is down. It's 1-1. Rodriguez had not played this week before today. He left the game early in the middle part of the series last week against Hartford, but was never placed on the injured list. Just was on the bench the first 5 days of the week. Next pitch is called strike on the corner. It's 1-2. 26 game Rodriguez has played with Reading this year. Joined the team in June. Also had another stint on the injury list with a thumb injury. Cost him about a month. 1-2, where it goes. Pitch is down for a ball. They will throw it to second. It's cut off. Norrie's coming home, and he's going to be out. Perfectly executed cutoff play by Somerset. Norrie's caught trying to take home on a steal, and that will end the bottom half of the third inning. Running a run on 2 hits. Cade Fergus, his 10th home run of the season, ties it up. No errors, 1 man left on base. Third of the way through in this final game of the season. On to the 4th, tied up at 1. Top half of the 4th inning, 1-1 is our score. And to take over on play-by-play for one final time in 2025, it's my broadcast partner, Bob McCool. Bob?
Thank you very much, Jake. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for Somerset. Same thing for the Reading. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. As Braden Tucker back to work through his 4th inning, he'll face Tyler Hartman, Garrett Martin, and Jackson Castillo. That is 5, 6, and 7 in the Patriot lineup. Throughout the 2025 season on Tuesday nights, all active military and veterans received $3 off box seats thanks to Burke's Oral Surgery and Dental Implant Center. We thank them for their thoughts on military and veterans. Tyler Hardman struck out his first time up against Tucker. He swings at the first pitch here, fouls it straight back. It was a battle between Tucker and Hardman the first time around. Hardman fouling off quite a few pitches before eventually strike out looking on what was a 3-2 pitch at the time. Tucker about to deliver his 64th pitch of the day, and he misses outside to even the count at 1-1. His 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. He gets ahead of Hardman 1-2. Tucker, a pretty deliberate worker. He made 12 starts at Jersey Shore. As Jake said, he was in and out of bullpen and starting rotation. Hardman's checked his swing. They'll appeal, say no, he did not go around. It's 2-2. But settled into the starting rotation and settled in pretty nicely. His time at Jersey Shore, 12 starts, he was 4-3 with a 3.19 earned run average. His 2-2 pitch to Hardman. Over for a call, strike 3. Hardman goes down looking for a second time in the ballgame. Strikeout number 5 for Tucker. 1 out here in the 4th. So after walking the leadoff man in the last 2 innings, he strikes out the leadoff man here and now faces Garrett Martin, who was one of those leadoff men. He walked with a leadoff. Walked to lead off the second. First pitch by Tucker here is up high, ball 1. Jake said if Tucker could give you 5, probably consider that a good day. Wasn't so sure that could happen a little while ago as he catches the outside corner here to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. But he's battled through. Again, leadoff walk in the second. Got the next 3 guys. Leadoff man in the 3rd. Got the next 3 batters.
Yeah, that's 69 pitches right now. This will be number 70.
And it's a swing and a miss by Martin, so it's now 1-2.
So he went 85, 86 last week. So if he can get out of this inning in the upper 70s, maybe they give him another inning.
He's 1-2 again on Garrett Martin. way outside, just overthrew that fastball. It's 2-2. Gets his call from Hedinger, winds 2-2. And just misses. It's 3-2. Philadelphia Phillies are now in the top of the fourth, still leading 2-0. Aaron Nola on the mound for the Philadelphia Phillies. So far, so good for Nola for his second straight start. The 3-2, off-speed pitch and a swing and a miss. Got him on a curveball. Back-to-back strikeouts here to start the fourth inning.
Mets and Rangers still 0-0, bottom half of the second inning. Of course, it's a Phillies win or a Mets loss, and the National League East is officially wrapped up for the Phillies.
Jackson Castillo now bats for Somerset, one of two lefties in the lineup for the Patriots today. In addition to the leadoff man, Brendan Jones, Castillo grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. And the first pitch to him here is a called strike.
It really feels like Tucker has hit himself into a groove right here. I think the first inning kind of just drove that pitch count number up, and since then he's been really, really strong.
Yeah, you could use a couple of quick 1 or 2 pitch at bats. He's about to throw his 75th pitch now. And this one lifted straight up behind the plate, heading her off with the mask, but he'll run out of room. Took the glove right off a fan, but he still got the ball.
That was a hat.
Oh, it was his hat.
Yeah.
That was, all right, but he still got the ball.
I don't know if it landed in the hat, but yeah, it hit the hat, took the hat with it.
Took the hat right out of his hand. Very resourceful, sir, very resourceful. Snowballs and 2 strikes to Jackson Castillo. Might need to go down to the team store. 0-2. That's a bit up. It's 1-2. Of course, if it's a Yankees hat, then he got what he deserved. Here's Tucker's 1-2 pitch. Just a bit low. It's 2-2.
Yeah, just missed the last 2. I mean, they're good spots for 2-strike pitches.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
Can't get hurt there.
Right. Two-two. And misses again. Now he's run the count full. Try to get him on a curveball there to finish him off, but Castillo lays off, so the count full now to the 7-hole hitter. Beats this one foul. Now Spinellis will have to go chase that down the first base line. So we'll see if the Phils have any activity up in the bullpen once they come to the plate in the bottom half of the fourth, or whether they'll allow Tucker to go out there for another. I kind of doubt it now. He's about to throw his 80th pitch. And that 3-2 pitch is fouled straight back. Trying to get him on a curveball to finish him off. But Castillo keeps himself alive with a couple of foul balls.
Tucker's over 100 innings on the year. He's at 104, so I kind of wonder, are the Phillies trying to watch his innings at this point too? Now he's at 80 pitches, and it's been a very long at-bat here. This will be the 8th pitch to Castillo.
And we'll try it again at 3-2 for a third time. And again with the curveball, but this time he misses, and it's ball 4. So that'll be the 4th walk that Tucker has surrendered. This time it's a 2-out walk. Brings back Spurt to the plate. Spurt fouled out to third baseman Robert Moore in his first plate appearance. Not much of a lead at all for Castillo at first base, and the first pitch to Burt is over for a called strike 1.
Expert 0 for 1 today. He's one hit away from matching Elijah Dunham for the Somerset franchise hit record, 2 from passing him. Of course, all these records are only from 2021 on.
And Bert playing, I think this is the first game he's played this series, is it not?
Second. He played on Friday. In his first game off the injury list, had a couple of doubles and a single.
0-1 pitch to him. It's lifted into right field. Long run for Cade Fergus to the line, and he'll get there in foul territory and squeeze it for out number 3. Fine running catch by Cade Fergus into foul territory in right field. And for Somerset in the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and again, one man left. Head to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 1 in Reading. Klein Transportation has been the official transportation provider of the Reading Fightin' Phils in 2025. Klein Transportation gets the R-Phils to all of their road trips throughout the season. For more information, go to KleinTransportation.com. Alongside Jake Starr, I'm Bob McCool. Fightin' Phils and Somerset Patriots are tied at 1. And Fightin's coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Jose Rodriguez, who was at the plate at the end of the 3rd. Dante Nori was caught trying to steal home on the back end of a double steal. So Rodriguez will come to the plate here with a clean slate facing left-hander Kyle Carr. And the first pitch to him is ripped down the third base line, but hooking foul. Rodriguez hit it well, home run distance, but just foul.
Got an off-speed pitch, bottom of the zone, and barreled it up. But just a little bit out in front of it.
So Carr comes back now with his 0-1 pitch. And Rodriguez takes that a bit low. It's 1-1. It's been quite the season for Jose Rodriguez in 2025. And his 1-1 pitch to him. It's a swing and a miss. Suspended last year, was activated this year. Came here, back here, eventually got back here to Reading, and then as Jake was telling you about earlier, just one nagging injury after another has kept him out of the lineup. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him here. Way inside, it's 2-2. Kind of reached out at it just at the last second to keep himself alive and fouled it out of play. This is what we're talking about with him in the last inning, is that he's very good at this, and prolonging at bats and keeping bats himself in the count. Making a pitcher work a little bit more. Here comes the 2-2 from Carr. That's outside. It's 3-2.
He told the umpire too today, that's outside.
Just in case he wasn't sure. What's Evil Candy trying to sell?
He said, put that money on Candy today. Kind of like an evil laugh from you.
3-2, ball 4. So Rodriguez does indeed work the walk. He's a leadoff man here in the 4th inning. So Evil Candy has something up his,
now I'm ready.
Up his sleeve, up his tooth. What does he have?
Well, when you eat that much candy, you don't have that many teeth,
Well,
so
yeah, I mean,
up his gums.
All right. Alex Benellis is now the batter. Benellis grounded out to second base his first time up. Al Padrique, the manager, coaching at third. Michael Jones coaching at first. As Rodriguez takes his lead. Big swing and a miss here from Benellis. Lefty on lefty matchup here against the 23-year-old Kyle Carr. Third round draft pick of the Yankees in 2023. Drives this one down the line, right field, fair or foul. Fair ball, two-run home run. Alex Benellis and the Fightins are on top.
It just going to be a matter of whether it was fair or foul, and he keeps it just inside that right field pole. 345 feet, 96 off the bat. 8th home run for Mr. Clutch, the R-Phil's Clutch Player Award winner in Alex Benellis.
His 36th and 37th RBI. The Fightins are on top for the first time at 3-1. The leadoff walk this time to Jose Rodriguez comes back to bite Somerset. Now Dylan Campbell will bat. Campbell hit it hard, or hit it well the first time up against Carr, but the ball tracked down by Jackson Castillo at the fence in left field. And the first pitch to him here is a bit low for a ball. One-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Swings over the top, the curveball from Carr. Fastball change and a sweeper really are the pitches for Kyle Carr. It's 1-1 pitch here. Comes with that changeup this time, and it's 1-2. That's over at the knees. So Campbell behind the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Been a rough series for Dylan Campbell. 1 for 19 right now as he beats that one foul. But we've seen him play a very good defensive center field. He has some pop in his bat for sure. 7 home runs since his time up from Jersey Shore. He can run the bases. A lot of things to like about Dylan Campbell's game. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. It's 2-2.
Yeah, hopefully this experience, 64 games here in Double-A since late June. Serves Campbell well, comes into the offseason and probably back here to start next year. Hopefully he's able to race off to a pretty good start in 2026.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He is down swinging for out number 1 here in the 4th. 4th strikeout for Carr. Brings Eric Brito to the plate. Brito grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Brito playing in shortstop today. Multi-position player. He's played second, short, and third in his time in Reading.
Him and Moore basically flip-flopped on the left side of the infield all week.
First pitch to Brito here. It's a bit low. The 1-0 pitch is way up high. It's 2-0. So again, Carr walked the leadoff man. And a 2-run home run for Benellis. Now he's 2-0 here on Eric Brito. Drives this one straight up, shallow left. Lombard out, he'll give way to Castillo. And the left fielder will squeeze it for out number 2. Brings Robert Moore to the plate. Moore grounded out too short his first time up. The other thing about George Lombard, talking about him last night, is kind of the baseball equivalent of or the basketball equivalent of a gym rat. He's just one of those guys. He's been around the game his whole life. His father's a coach. But he's pretty smooth at the shortstop position here in this series. Hasn't really been challenged with any hard, difficult plays, but every play that he's had the opportunity to make, he's made without a problem. As Robert Moore takes the first pitch down low for a ball. This one a ground ball, third base. It's Hasso with the play, and his throw is in plenty of time, and that will do it for the Phils in the 4th. However, they make some Noise with 2 runs on the 2-run home run for Pinellas. 2 runs on just that 1 hit. No errors and nobody left. We're through 4, and the Fightins are now on top, 3-1. We head to the top of the 5th inning, and Braden Tucker is out there to continue pitching for the Fightin' Phils. As the final vegetable race of the season takes place, and lettuce is your winner, and Evil Candy didn't just stop by the broadcast booth to talk trash. He did take broccoli out with him. He netted him. So Evil Candy taking some vegetables with him and striking his evil dumb on the vegetable race to end the 2025 season. All part of the fun here in Baseball Town. Fightin' Phils on top 3-1. Diomedes Hernandez will lead it off for Somerset here in the 5th. As Braden Tucker, who's 83 pitches in through 4 innings, delivers his first here in the 5th. And that's over for called strikes. We'll keep our eye on the Phils bullpen, but the fact that they didn't get anybody up in between innings would tell you that they are hoping that Tucker can get their way through this 5th. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss to Hernandez. It's 0-2. Top of the order to follow, and Brendan Jones, and then George Lombard behind him. Tucker winds and delivers 0-2. This one lined into center field. Dante Nori will get there without a problem, and he'll make the squeeze for out number 1. And again, some stirring into Phil's bullpen, but still nobody up and throwing as of yet. Brendan Jones at the plate. He's been on base both times so far. He swings to the first pitch here, and he's going to hit this one right to Nori. And that's exactly what Tucker needed, was a quick out there. And now he's got 2 outs here in this 5th on a 1 pitch and 1 out on the fly out by Brendan Jones. And that'll bring up George Lombard. Lombard 1 for 2 with a single his first time up. Time for our Fightin' Phils alumni report presented by Deer Country. How about we go to Citizens Bank Park, where Aaron Nola is on the mound, and now in his 5th inning of work and getting the job done so far for the Philadelphia Phillies. As their Phils are on top 2-0. Nola's given up just 1 hit so far through 4 innings. 4 innings, a hit, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. So somewhat vintage Aaron Nola-esque. Hoping to do it for a 2nd straight start. That is our Deer Country alumni report on this final day of the regular season here in Reading. 2 balls and no strikes to George Lombard. As Tucker winds and delivers, and Lombard takes a healthy cut at a high fastball and fouls it straight back. It's 2-1. So the walk that Nola has surrendered in Philadelphia is just the first walk, as I said, and it's to start the 5th. Here's our ground ball hard down the third base line, but foul. Dylan Campbell will have to run it down in the corner. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Lombard. So Tucker's come right back after falling behind him 2-0 to get the count even. And his 2-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Lombard hanging tough. And Lombard, the #1 prospect in the Yankees organization. Just 20 years of age. Just turned 20 years of age during this season.
He's a young 20.
Yeah, it's very smart, very heady player. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The batting average is certainly not what he nor the Yankees are hoping for, just .214 coming in. But he's done a lot of other things very well. He does have 24 doubles. He does have 8 home runs as a Patriot, and he'll get some playoff experience as well. 3-2 pitch, swing and a foul tip, keeps himself alive. He does not comport himself like a 19, now 20-year-old. You watch him play, he just does things the right way. Seems to know a lot about the game. Doesn't get himself out a whole lot. Take a walk if you're going to give it to him. He can steal you a base. 3 balls and 2 strikes to him here. And takes that outside, ball 4. So walk number 5 now for Tucker. And he has walked a batter in each of his 5 innings. 5 walks and all 1 per inning.
Second, third, and fourth inning, it was a walk, and the other 3 guys retired. It's been a walk and 2 retired here in the 5th. So if he gets Avina here, the last 4 innings are all going to follow the exact same pattern.
And with that, I think we're going to now have some movement in the Phil's bullpen as Jace Avina will bat. And the first pitch to him is outside for a ball.
Christian Tortosa is up and throwing.
So it's 1-0 now to Avina, who has struck out both times facing Tucker to this point. Avina 6 for 18 now in the series with his 0 for 2 today. Here's a pickoff attempt. Lombard dives back in. 3-1 Fightin's on top. Runner at first, 2 outs, top half of the 5th inning. And the 3-hole hitter for the Somerset Patriots is in a 1 ball and no strike count. Big lead for Lombard. He's off. Fouled away, and he'll have to come back.
Got a piece of the mask of Caden Hediger, but he wears one of the, I guess new school is the right term, like more of like the hockey goalie mask style where it kind of encompasses your entire head, as opposed to more of the old school where it's just the backwards, backwards helmet with the mask over top, like Caleb Ricketts wears.
So it's 1-1 now to Avina. See if Lombard is off again on the pitch. Doesn't have a big of a lead. Now starts to kind of do that hopping thing at first. Does not take off, and Avina fouls it away again. It's 1-2.
Obviously, varying up your looks and how much time you're holding the ball as a pitcher from the stretch is important. But with a guy like Lombard, or even like Brendan Jones, who does that hop, you know, what they're trying to do is they're trying to time you. And what you can do as a pitcher to disrupt their timing, all that's going to do is kind of serve to your advantage. And I think Tucker's done a pretty good job with that today against them.
So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Avina. And Lombard does take off on the pitch. Pitch is high. The throw down is in plenty of time, and George Lombard is retired. Excellent throw by Caden Hediger, and that'll do it for Somerset in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and ultimately nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-1. Fightin's on top. Bottom half of the fifth inning is presented by Cornwall Manor, a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. 3-1 our score. Fightin's on top. Cade Fergus will lead it off for the Fightins. He was part of the offense so far. 2 home runs, the difference on the scoreboard. A solo home run from Fergus, a 2-run home run for Alex Pinellas. That's how the Phils have registered their offense so far against Kyle Carr. Carr had not surrendered a home run prior to today's games, giving up 2 obviously in this one. 2 home runs as a Somerset Patriot, that is. And of course, this is just his 3rd start.
So Caden Hediger threw out the base runner and last inning. He's thrown out 2 today, and it's a limited sample size, but he's 6 for 12 so far and throwing out base stealers. I mean, that's a pretty impressive mark he has so far.
That was a pretty impressive throw he made,
that too, against a speedy base runner.
That was a great throw. First pitch to Fergus on the outside corner, over for a called strike.
With Jersey Shore, Hediger threw out 27% of base stealers, so, not too shabby at all.
0-1 pitch. Fergus fouls this one out of play and makes it no balls and 2 strikes.
In his career, he's thrown out 25% of would-be base stealers, which is very good in that category for a catcher.
Interesting, especially as we were talking about, with the stealing base becoming a little bit more prevalent in baseball, certainly at least in the minor leagues. No balls and 2 strikes to Cade Fergus leading off the 5th. Pitch is just a bit low. It's 1-2.
Royals tied up the Phillies. Jack Caglione had a 2-run home run off Nola, so it's 2-2. Up in Queens, top of the 4th inning between Texas and the Mets, and still scoreless.
1-2 pitch to Fergus is again low. It's 2-2. Fergus to be followed by Caden Hediger, which Jake was just talking about, and then the top of the order, Dante Norrie. The 2-2 pitch to Fergus. Drives this one straight away center field. Back goes Martin fighting the sun. He's got plenty of room, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Another good swing, though, by Fergus. 345 feet on it, 98 off the bat.
Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. And now here is Hediger, who struck out his first time up. He's 3 for 20 since his promotion to Double-A. Left-hand hitting catcher, but one of his hits in this series was a big one. 2-run home run to win the ball game in the 10th back on Wednesday. Phil's first win in this series, a 2-run home run in the 10th for a 5-3 win. First pitch to him here is down low for a ball. Now Hediger calls time, having some problems with the foot guard he's got on his back foot. Or no, it's a shoelace. He's got the front foot guard on. I was going to say, why does he have the guard on his back foot? He does not. He's got the guard on his front foot. He's just had a shoelace issue on his left foot. 1-0 to Hediger. Check swing, but a hit makes contact back to the mound. Carr will field it and make the play at first base for out number 2.
That's the definition of an excuse me swing. Caden Hediger, though, with he was matching the hot dog uniform quite well. The yellow accents. He's got the yellow arm sleeve on the left arm. He's got the yellow shoulder guard on the right elbow. He's got the yellow shin guard on the right foot.
Dante Norrie now the batter. Norrie grounded out to second and tripled his last time up. And the first pitch to him here is down low for a ball. So he put some 2 and 2 together with Dante Norrie. Dante Norrie's dad, as Jake pointed out to me, his dad Micah is the assistant basketball coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The head coach is in-house. That's Chris Finch, former Wilson Bulldog, who's the head coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves, here watching Dante Norrie. So we put those 2 dots together.
His grandfather, Fred Norrie, was a former coach with Indiana baseball, actually played a role in recruiting Kyle Schwarber to the Hoosiers back in the day.
And this one's fouled away. Yeah, Norrie was born in Canada because his father was coaching with the Toronto Raptors at the time. Grew up in Michigan because he was coaching with the Pistons. But his father and his grandfather are Indiana natives. Mike and Nori played at Indiana University, which of course is where Kyle Schwarber played. 1 ball and 2 strikes right now to Nori.
Did he go from playing? His dad played college baseball, right?
Yes.
And now he's coaching in the NBA.
That is correct. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one, little looper into left field, and it will fall in front of Castillo. Castillo is kind of in no man's land, do I or don't I? And if he doesn't come up with it, Dante Nori might be on third base again, so I think he made the right call.
Good day for Dante Nori, saving the best for last. Couple of hits. He's a home run and a double, and he's got the cycle today. He's still a long way away.
So now you got to pay attention to him at first base. We've already told you between his now 3 levels in baseball in 2025, he's stolen over 50 bases. So he takes his lead off at first. Carr, the left-hander, will make the move over.
Yeah, we'll see if they put him in motion here. 52 stolen bases on the year.
Bryson Ware, the hitter. Ware struck out, walked in 2 plate appearances. Again, Carr will make the throw over, so that's 2 disengagements already. So, you know the rest. If he does it again, he has to pick him off. So let's see if that adds into the equation now for Nori at first base. Comes to the plate, line into right field, it's going to be a base hit. Nori will take a peek, and he's going to make the run. Up with it is Jones. His throw is cut off, and the Phils have runners at the corners.
Good piece of hitting there by Bryson Ware, driving a pitch the other way. And aggressive base running by Nori, using that speed to his advantage. That's a ball I think a lot of guys might just stop at second.
Yeah.
Nori said, no, I'm putting my head down. I'm going first and third.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was thinking the same thing. I don't know that there's anybody else who would have went first or third on that.
That ball was hard hit.
Yeah, it was, and it got to Jones in a hurry. And I took a look. Nori was just at second base when Jones picked it up. I'm like, well, this is going to be a play, but it wasn't. And Lombard cut it off. So now runners at the corners and 2 outs for Jose Rodriguez. So Phil's looking for a little bit more here in this 5th inning. And Rodriguez lifts this one to the left, but then it will not get there. Castillo fields it on the hop. Nori will come home on an RBI single for Jose Rodriguez. Makes it 4-1 Fightin' Phils.
Reading with a run in or more in each of the last 3 innings. It seems like second time through and now third time they're really seeing Kyle Carr well. For what it's worth, they saw him Tuesday as well, so clearly a good sense of familiarity now with the Fightin' Phils offense and Kyle Carr.
I mean, Ware's ball was hard hit, but Nori's was a little bleeder in the left, so too was Rodriguez. So haven't hit rockets off him, but they got a run out of it. And now here's Alex Pinellas, who had a 2-run home run off of him the last time he was up. Powering drive down the right field line for Pinellas. And the first pitch to him here is low and away, ball 1. It was the 8th home run of the year for Pinellas. He's got 2 runners on, 2 outs. A run across in a 4-1 Fightin' Phils lead here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Misses again, it's 2-0. No action yet in the Somerset bullpen. I would think they'd like to have Carr maybe take one for the team a little bit here. I mean, you've used a lot of pitchers in this series, and you got a playoff game on Tuesday. 2-0 pitch. Misses again, it's 3-0.
If Somerset stays in rotation, Carr would theoretically not pitch until either Game 2 of the championship series, or perhaps if there's a Game 3, if Somerset's to win round 1 and do it in 2 games. So we get over a week of rest, first of all.
He's about to throw his 80th pitch, and it's over for a called strike. It's 2-1.
And I would highly doubt you're going to see many of the high leverage arms out of the bullpen today. I mean, if they're trailing especially, but still, you want to have those guys fresh for Tuesday.
Actually, it's 3 balls and a strike to Pinellas. And that misses, ball 4. So Pinellas is on for a second time. And the bases are now loaded. Second walk given up by Carr.
Real chance here for the Fightin' Phils to try and break this one open. Going to get a mound visit as well from Peter Larson, the Somerset pitching coach.
And now somebody will get up for the Patriots in the bullpen. So it's a matter of time. But again, as we're talking about. If you're Somerset, you're not worried about today. You're just trying to get through today, make sure everybody stays healthy, because you got a playoff series against Binghamton beginning on Tuesday. So not going to want to use anybody that you're going to want to run out there on Tuesday if you can avoid doing it. As we said, with all the extra innings we've had in this series, everybody's gotten a chance to get their work in, that's for sure.
This is one of those instances where back in the day where Major League Baseball rosters expanded to 40, this is a Major League situation. You probably have all minor league guys starting in this last game of the season if you're Somerset.
So the mound visit is over, and now the batter's going to be Dylan Campbell with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Will Bryan, the lefty, is up and throwing for Somerset.
So Campbell with a big spot here. Phil's already with a run across and a 4-1 lead, but he can make this a huge inning. If he can come through with something here, good wheels on the bases at second in Rodriguez. If he gets something in the gap or down in the grass, he could be a 2-run single as he takes the first pitch over for a called strike 1.
Yeah, just looking for a base hit here if you're Dylan Campbell here. Trying to keep the line moving, get a couple more runs home.
Left fielder Jackson Castillo playing him pretty much towards left center field. A huge spot and down that third base line if Campbell pulls one.
And Jones and right's pretty shallow. I think Castillo on left is also pretty shallow.
Yeah, especially we've seen Campbell with some pop in his bat. He took Castillo to the wall his first time up. Struck out his last time. 0-1 pitch. Misses. It's 1-1. The catcher Hernandez might have thought differently, but it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Dylan Campbell. 2 outs in the inning, and again, the bases are juiced. Carr's 1-1 pitch. Lined up the middle for a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to hold up Rodriguez at third. Everybody moves up 1 spot, and it's now a 5-1 game.
Dylan Campbell gets the job done, lines it towards the middle, picks up RBI number 25 of the season, and the Fightin' Phil's bats certainly coming to life here in the last game of the year.
Eric Breedown now will bat. Garrett Martin in center field got on that in a hurry, so watching Al Padrique at third. He was down the line, keeping his eye on it, and decided, you know what? He got on it pretty quickly, and he's in pretty shallow. He put the brakes on Rodriguez at third. So again, the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Brito, who's 0 for 2. First pitch to him is on the outside corner, called strike 1. So lefties up in both bullpens right now. Bryan for the Patriots, Tortosa for the Fightins. As Kyle Carr is trying to get out of this mess here in the 5th. It all started with 2 outs. 0-1 pitch. 0-2.
It was 2 quick outs of Fergus and Hediger. It was 3 straight singles, a walk of Benellis, and then another single by Campbell.
Now no balls and 2 strikes. Brito calls time.
And also puts Braden Tucker in a position now where he can pick up his first AA win today.
We assume that his day is done after 5 innings. Tortosa's been up for a while. 0-2 pitch. Down low for a ball. Blocked by Hernandez. Didn't get far enough away for anybody to move up. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Eric Brito. Phillies with a single run in the 3rd. Back-to-back 2 runs in the 4th and 5th. Just misses. It's 2-2.
Hernandez, the catcher, was halfway to the dugout.
And Eric Brito taking the Jose Rodriguez philosophy, saying, nope, that ball was outside.
Well, he was right.
He was right. It's 2-2. Line into left field just like Rodriguez for a base hit. 1 run will score. They're going to wave Benellis around. The throw will be cut off. Campbell's got himself in a rundown between 2nd and 3rd. They'll tag him out.
I think that was the case. I don't think Campbell realized how close Benellis was to scoring. So he probably thought, you know what, let me kind of just try to kill some time and ensure Benellis scores. So, maybe if he saw that, he reacts differently. But for Benellis, but for Campbell, though, I get what he's trying to do. It's a high IQ play.
4 runs in the inning for the Phils. They did it all with 2 outs, and they did it with 5 hits, excuse me. And one man left on base. We head to the sixth. It's now a 7-1 advantage for the Fightin' Phils. The Vernon University Gold Wolves call the bullpen for the first time today for the Fightin' Phils. Brings in the left-hander Christian Tortosa.
And Tortosa inherits a 6-run lead for the Fightin' Phils. Making his second appearance for Reading is Tortosa. Allowed no runs, 1 hit, couple of strikeouts the other night in his Reading debut.
So Tucker goes 5, gave up just 2 hits and a run. Now a run in the first inning. He walked 5 and he struck out 6. So a bit of a mixed bag for Braden Tucker, but at the end, he's in a position to win the ball game now as we head to the 6th inning. And Jace Avina will lead it off for Somerset. It'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up. Get some kind of a delay between Fergus and Norrie out in the outfield. Fergus getting the door open to the clubhouse. And something off. Not sure what was going on there, but that's the bit of a delay to start the
That was interesting.
6th inning. I don't know if it was a sunglasses thing. I think that's what it was.
Someone's giving Fergus a pair of sunglasses?
I think they were getting I know Norrie has them on. Fergus does as well. I think that's what it was. First pitch to Avina from Tortosa is up high for a ball. Avina 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Drives this one to left. Back goes Campbell. Still going back. It's over his head. It's going to one-hopping off the fence. Avina will roll into second base with a stand-up double to lead off the 6th inning. It's the second double of the series for Avina, his 11th as a Patriot. And the 3rd hit of the day for Somerset. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania, located between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring. It offers a true test of golf on a championship-style course. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. Dylan Hasso is the batter. Hasso walked and flew out to right field in 2 plate appearances so far, and the first pitch to him here is over for a called strike. Hasso's driven in 5 runs in this series. He's done it with 3 hits. He's got 3 sacrifice flies in this series. He also walked with the bases loaded at one point in time. So limited hits, but productive in terms of the RBI column. 0-1 pitch to him. It's a very late swing. It's no balls and 2 strikes as a result. Time called by Hasso. He's now back in the box. Avina takes his lead off of second. Tortosa takes a couple looks back, comes to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets Hasso on 3 straight pitches. We're out number 1 here in the 6th.
Good response there by Tortosa after giving up the leadoff double to Avina.
Tyler Hardman now the hitter. Hardman was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts facing Tucker. First pitch to him here. Misses, spit outside for ball 1. Infield and outfield both pulled way over on the pull side for the right-handed hitting Tyler Hardman. Swing and a miss. Swings over the top of a slider at his back foot. It's 1-1. Tortosa gets his sign from Hettinger, comes quickly with a pitch, 1-1, it's up high, it's 2-1. It looks like things went bad for Aaron Nola.
Yeah, 6-2 now on the 6. Mets, Rangers still scoreless.
So another big inning bites Aaron Nola. It's been a problem for him throughout this season. 2-1 pitch to Hardman is a bit outside his 3-1. So he was doing fine through 5. Then I mentioned him in the alumni report, and everything went haywire. I guess you can blame it on me. 3 balls and a strike now to Tyler Hardman. Tortosa's pitch. Just misses ball 4. So Hardman walks. 6th walk surrendered by Phil's pitching today. Puts 2 men on base with 1 out. And brings Garrett Martin to the plate. Martin walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances. So a combined 7 strikeouts and 6 walks for the Fightin's pitching so far. Braden Tucker through 5, and now Christian Tortosa here in the 6th. And the first pitch to Martin is over for a called strike 1. This one down the third base line is foul, so he gets ahead of Martin. No balls and 2 strikes.
Phillies have had their fair share of comebacks this week, though, so game's still a long way from over. Still 4 at-bats to go, down by 4.
And it started with that game pitched by Jesus Luzardo. They were down 4-0 before they got to the plate, came back. They came back again on Friday night, the game against the Royals. No balls and 2 strikes to Garrett Martin. Just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caden Hettinger looking into the Phil's dugout. Two on, 1 out, top of the 6th. And misses again. It's 2-2. So he got ahead of Martin quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. But now misses on 2 straight. And over for a called strike 3. Martin goes down looking. 2 strikeouts now in the inning for Tortosa. And Jackson Castillo will bat. Again, Garrett Martin going back to the dugout, not in agreement, and I'm sorry to tell him he's wrong. It's a strike, and it was 3 balls and 2 strikes. And maybe you're not sure of this, or maybe you're not aware of this or not, but it's also the last game of the year. This is Jackson Castillo at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He did walk the last time up. First pitch to him had him ducking out of the way of a slider that didn't slide a whole lot. It's 1-0. Lefty on lefty matchup here.
Well, Bryan continues to throw for Somerset.
Swing and a foul ball at the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Castillo. Pena, the runner at second, he doubled. Hardman, the runner at first, he walked. They did that around a couple of strikeouts from Christian Tortosa. misses just outside, makes it 2-1. Tosa about to throw the 18th pitch of this inning. And it's fouled straight back. It's 2-2. They got a piece of Hettinger in the process.
Like I said before, he wears that kind of more fully encompassed catcher's mask, so offers a bit more protection. Taking a couple off the mask today, and looks like he's okay.
Tosa takes a good look at him. Comes with his 2-2 pitch. Right back through the middle. Brito got a glove on it. Tries to make the throw to first. It's not in time. And great heads-up base running by Jay Savina will come around to score. Jose Rodriguez was just an interested spectator. Didn't cover second. And Brito has something to say. If he was at Rodriguez covered the bag, they had Hardman at second, but Rodriguez did not break to the bag.
No, Rodriguez, I don't know if he was caught between should I get that ball or not, and just kind of found himself in no man's land, but going to be an infield base hit, and don't think it's going to be an RBI, but Avina does score. Great heads-up base running by him.
Makes it a 7-2 game. Hitting an RBI for Castillo, and now Max Burt will bat. Again, runners at first and second and 2 outs. First pitch inside to Burt. Well, making the inning a little bit longer for Tortosa, although he just hit triple digits on the radar gun with that last pitch. Right back with another fastball that's down low. It's 2-0.
So Castillo does get credit for an RBI on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a base hit and an RBI. Brito and Rodriguez still talking to each other out there. Two balls and no strikes to Burt. That's over for a called strike one. Hardman a runner at second. Castillo at first. Still 2 outs in the inning. Trying to get out of this. Swing and a miss. Really tied him up on a slider. It's 2-2. Chopper back up the middle. Brito will take care of business himself this time and step on the bag for the third and final out of the inning. Patriots get a run back. They did it on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 men left. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. It is 7-2. Fightin' Phil's on top. Well, the Alvernia University Gold Wolves call the bullpen now for the first time for the Somerset Patriots this afternoon. We'll bring in Will Bryan.
Will Bryan making his 29th appearance, 2-1, a 2.55 ERA, 35 1/3 innings pitched, 28 hits allowed, 13 runs, 10 earned, 18 walks, 36 strikeouts, 215 opponent's batting average.
Robert Moore will be the first one to face him. And again, another lefty in there. So Robert Moore, the switch hitter, who had been batting right-handed against Carr, will now stay hitting right-handed against Bryant. Moore 0 for 2 so far today with a couple infield groundouts. And the first pitch to him is over for a called strike one. A one pitch is way outside. One pitch fouled out of play. So Carr goes 5 innings. Gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Fightin's with a big 4-run 5th inning. As Moore fouls this at the plate, makes it a 1-2 strike count now. Moore to be followed by Cade Ferguson and Caden Hedinger.
No, Robert Moore struck out.
Oh, I thought that was a foul ball. It was in and out of the glove of Hernandez, so he throws to first base for out number 1. I assume based on the ball coming down the first base line that he had foul tipped it, and he did not.
And Moore didn't really make an attempt to run either,
right.
So once you leave the circle, you're out. Reading bullpen quiets. Looks like Christian Tortosa will come back out for the 7th.
Cade Fergus swings at the first pitch and misses it. Fergus 0 for 2. Solo home run back in the 3rd inning for the Fightin's first run of the ball game, and then flew out to center field. Hit it well that time up as well. Hit it to straightaway center. No balls and a strike to him here. And comes with a curveball that's over for a called strike 2. Fergus calls time. Game is now 2 hours old, and we're in the bottom of the 6th. So it looks like another long Sunday at the ballpark in Reading.
What's new?
There's a line drive in the gap in right center field, but a nice running catch by Brendan Jones will take extra base hit away from Cade Fergus.
It's another good swing by Cade Fergus. 97 off the bat, 324 feet.
So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Caden Hedinger. Hedinger 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out and out on a little tapper out in front of the plate on a check swing his last time up. First pitch to him is a curveball or slider, misses inside.
Hernandez held that for a good 3-4 seconds.
Yeah, there's been some dialogue between both catchers and the home plate umpire. It's 1 and no strikes. Right back to the same pitch. And this time it's inside, it's 2-0. Fouled straight back. 2 balls and a strike now to Hedinger. Hedinger 3 for 21 as a Fightin' Phil. 4 RBIs, including his 2-run walk-off home run in the 10th. Back out on Wednesday. Got him the opportunity to have a conversation in the postgame with Jake Starr, who avoided all water buckets because they had been dumped on him.
That's exactly right.
Timing is everything in life. 3 balls and a strike.
That's the best part about a walk-off, that they already dumped the water bucket, so they can't come back with more.
3 balls and a strike now to Hedinger. Fouled back, straight back to the backstop for a second time. The count is full. Breaking ball is hit high and deep down the first base line, fair or foul. This one will hook foul.
Yeah, gave it a good ride. Similar to Jose Rodriguez earlier in the game down the left field line. This one just hooks a little bit to the right of that foul pole in right field.
So Hedinger back to the box now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lifts this one, rips this one down the first base line, but that's foul as well. So
I think he's out in front of a couple here.
yeah, he's hit him hard twice. He's got him pretty well timed up. However, a little bit too much in front. We'll see where Brian goes here. He's got to wait for Brendan Jones to get back in position in right field. And despite what he's just done, he's pretty far off that line. And there's a little cue shot down the third baseline. Hasso over, off balance, throw is not in time. Off the end of the bat, and Hasso didn't have much of a chance at it. Did what he could, but it's an infield hit.
That's baseball right there. You yank two down the right field line, and then you hit a little cue shot down the third base line when no one's expecting it.
48 off the bat.
It's like a little bit of a bluff.
So it's a 2-out single for Hedinger, Fightin Phil's 9th hit of the afternoon. And it flips the lineup around to Dante Nori, who's got 2 of those hits, and now he's got 3 as he serves one in the left field for a base hit. So Dante Nori having himself a ball game, 3 hits on the day. Fightin's with a little more 2-out damage, perhaps. They put 4 runs across in the last inning on 5 hits, all with 2 outs. And starting it up again here in the 6th with back-to-back hits, and that brings Bryson Ware to the plate. Ware singled in that last inning, came around to score a run, also walked. So he's 1 for 2 on the day, 4 for 18 in the series. Ware serving as the DH in today's game, and the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. This with broken bat square. Boy, Bryson Ware's gone through some bats.
I was going to say, he's broken a lot this week.
It's a good thing it's the end of the year. He might be out of bats by the time he gets home. He'll be home packed a little lighter. He broke 2 in last night's game, and now he's down 1 here. No balls and 2 strikes to him. Guarantee you nobody's going to let him borrow a bat. No way, dude.
You're going to break my bat, too.
That's exactly right. Will Bryan trying to get out of this jam here in this at the bottom half of the 6th. And Ware fouls another one away. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Where's another guy you could probably expect to see back here in baseball town in 2026? 0-2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Good block by Hernandez. It's 1-2. Spent most of the season at Jersey Shore. Came up here, can play left field, played third. Had some troubles playing at first on Tuesday's game.
But everywhere else he's looked really solid. Third and left especially.
Yeah, it's really odd how uncomfortable he looked at first and how fine he looked at third. 0-2 pitches, a swing and a miss, and Bryson Ware goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Bryan, a couple hits for the Phils. No runs on those 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We are through 6, and it is 7-2, Fightin Phil's on top. Christian Tortosa back out to start the top half of the seventh inning. Top of the seventh inning is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more information. And we'll bet you stick around coming up after today's ball game is over with for the White Star Travel post-game show as well to wrap up today's game and the season. As Diomedes Hernandez will lead it off for the Patriots here in the top of the seventh inning. He'll be followed by the top of the order in Brendan Jones and George Lombard. Tortosa working his way through some trouble in the sixth. Ended up striking out 2 of the 3 batters he faced. Also gave up a couple hits and a walk and a run scored. And the first pitch, Hernandez swings and misses. Hernandez flew out to right, flew out to center in 2 plate appearances to this point. The 1 pitch is down low. It's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is just a bit outside. It's 2-1. Infield, especially in the left side, playing Hernandez to pull. Outfield pretty much straight away, maybe a couple steps to their left. 2-1 pitch. Way inside. Had to jump out of the way of it. It's 3-1. 2 runs on 4 hits for Somerset. 7 runs on 10 hits for the Phils through 6 innings. And tried to check his swing, and they say he went around. Hernandez had dropped the bat trying to head to first base already, but they appealed down to first base umpire Brian Laws, who said he went around. And so the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Drives this one into the left center field gap. It's going to be a long run for Dante Nori, and he won't get there. It'll one-hop off the fence. Hernandez around first and headed to second. Now he's going to put the brakes on after a big turnaround second. I just mentioned that Nori was kind of cheating a couple steps to his left towards right field, and so that made it a very long run. And if Dante Nori wasn't going to get there, I don't know anybody else who was, as he's got some serious wheels out there, and he's a little frustrated with himself that he could not quite get there. He almost did, but it was just over his glove, and it ends up being a leadoff double for Hernandez. His second double as a Somerset Patriot. And for the second inning in a row, Somerset has a leadoff double. Last inning it was Avina, and he came around to score the run. Here's Brendan Jones now batting. Jones is 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch to him, the lefty-on-lefty matchup, and it's a slider for a called strike. Jones doubled in the first, came around to score, walked, and flew out in his 3 plate appearances. So 8 for 27 in this series. And here's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back sliders from Tortosa, and he's ahead of Brendan Jones. No balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't look like the Phils are going to be clinching a National League East in Citizens Bank Park today. They're now down 8-2. Salvador Perez is having himself a series for the Royals. He has a home run today. Now he's got a 2-run single. There's a ground ball right side right at Pinellas. Pinellas is going to need this pitcher, Tortosa, who just got there ahead of Brendan Jones. Tortosa was a little bit late getting off the mound, but he just got there ahead of Jones, who can run down the first baseline for out number 1 in the inning. It does allow Hernandez to move up to third base. And I'll bring up George Lombard. Lombard's been on base twice this inning, twice this game, twice with a single and a walk. Also struck out, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. 5 for 23 in the series. Runner at third base, 1 out. Infield back, Phils will concede the run with a 7-2 advantage, and the first pitch to Lombard is over for a called strike 1. A 1 pitch, started and stopped. They'll appeal this time. The first base umpire Brian Law says no, he did not go around. And so it's 1-1 to Lombard. Diomedes Hernandez, the runner at third base. 1 out. 1 ball and 1 strike to George Lombard. And it's in the dirt. Good block by Hattinger. It's 2-1. That's there for the letters for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now to George Lombard. Somerset again will host Binghamton on Tuesday for game 1 of the playoff series, and then game 2 and game 3 will go to Binghamton. 2 balls and 2 strikes to George Lombard. Just apparently misses. And again, Caden Hattinger looking in the dugout. Al Padrique just shaking his head. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Lombard. Drives this one into left field. Dylan Campbell will get over. He'll make the catch. Hernandez will tag. They won't bother to throw home as the run scores. It'll be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Lombard. His 36th RBI of the season makes it a 7-3 game. But now 2 outs in the inning. So all 3 runs in this game for Somerset have been the byproduct of a leadoff double. Brendan Jones in the first inning, Jay Savina in the 6th, and now Diomedes Hernandez in the 7th. And it appears that's going to be the end of the line now for Tortosa with 2 outs in the inning. Al Padrique is making his trip to the mound, and he will take the ball. Tortosa's day is done with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. We'll take a timeout, find out who's coming in for the Phils here in the 7th. Well, the Everett University Golden Wolves call the bullpen, brings veteran right-hander John McMillan into the game for Reading.
McMillan making his 32nd appearance with Reading, 0-3 record, 4.98 ERA. 34 and a third innings pitched, 24 hits allowed, 22 walks, 41 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 190 against McMillan.
Well, while he's finishing his warm-ups, got to make mention of our This Day in Baseball Town History presented by Body Zone Sports and Wellness, the official workout facility of the Art Phils, because it's a good one. We got to go all the way back to 1953, which might be the last time there was a game in Reading. You were saying it's been a long time since Reading finished the season here in September. September the 14th at Reading, the Indians advanced to the Governor's Cup Finals with a 4-2 Game 6 victory over Schenectady. Who knew Schenectady had a team? Rocky Colavito, a baseball town legend, hits a solo home run in the 6th to break a scoreless tie. Jim Cleverly keys a 3-run uprising, and the 7th to put the game out of reach. Cleverly ends up 2 for 4 with a run scored, stolen base, and 2 RBIs. First pitch swinging, Jay Savina hits a rocket off the glove of Eric Brito, and he is safe at first base. See how they scored. It's going to be a base hit. Yep, a rocket off the bat of Avino.
Yeah, it was 105 off the bat.
So it had to go back to September of 1953 for this day in baseball town history. And Rocky Colavito coming up big for the Reading Indians. There's the first pitch. Nope, we get a balk. Yep, balk's called against McMillan.
Well, obviously the minor league season used to end around Labor Day, so unless you're playing
true.
deep into the playoffs, most seasons were over by then. So pretty slim pickings this time of year for baseball town history.
You said, how long has it been since they ended it?
24 years, 2001.
2001 since they played their
last game at
home. So all those things add up. But that's a pretty good note when you're bringing up the name of Rocky Calavito. Pitch to Dylan Hasso is up high for a ball. This one lifted straight up in the air, shallow right. Fergus fighting the sun, drifting towards the foul line. Will make the catch in fair territory, and that will be the third and final out. But the Patriots get another run on that leadoff double. A lone hit in the inning, no errors, and one man left. We head to seventh inning stretch time, the final stretch here in Baseball Town in 2025, with the Reading Fightin' Phils on top, 7-3. The University of Golden Wolves call a bullpen for the Somerset Patriots to start the seventh inning is right-hander Hayden Murda.
Hayden Murda, third pitcher in today for Somerset, 22nd game, 3-1, a 4.76 ERA, 22 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits, 3 home runs, 18 walks, 20 strikeouts, 193 opponent's batting average.
Jose Rodriguez will lead it off for the Fightin' Phils here in the bottom of the seventh. They lead it 7-3. Rodriguez to be followed by Benellis and Dylan Campbell here in the bottom of the seventh, which is presented to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. Rodriguez has been on base twice today, and he scored both times. Walked and scored in the fourth, singled, drove in a run as well in the fifth and scored. So officially 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. First pitch from Murda is to the backstop, ball 1. Interesting way to start. Back with his 1-0 pitch. Throws a slider and catches the outside corner. It's 1-1. Not surprisingly, Jose Rodriguez was bailing a little bit on that pitch after seeing the first one go to the backstop. So now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's down low. It's 2-1. Murda, one of the several tall dudes in the bullpen for Somerset. Murda's 6'6". This one lifted into left field, but hooking foul towards the third base grandstands. Indigo Diaz is 6'5". Murda's 6'6". Zach Messenger's 6'6". Danny Watson is 6'7", to go along with starting pitcher Ben Hess, who's 6'5", and starting pitcher Carlos LaGrange, who's 6'7". Some college basketball teams that don't have that size. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. This one lifted towards center field, not very deep. Garrett Martin is there and waits and squeezes for out number 1. First man out here in the seventh for the Phils. We'll bring up Alex Pinellas. Pinellas has also been on base twice today. He's also scored 2 runs, and he's driven in 2 with a 2-run home run back in the 4th. Walked and scored a run as part of that 4-run 5th inning for the Fightin' Phils.
Somerset very well could win the Eastern League Championship this year. I'm also willing to bet that if there's all the teams competing in basketball, give Somerset a good shot to be the best team in that too.
Absolutely. First pitch to Pinellas has him jumping out of the way for ball 1. 1 out, bottom of the 7th, and a 7-3 Fightin' Phils lead. Runs fouled straight back. It's 1-1. That's way outside. It's 2-1. Infield plays Pinellas to pull. Outfield slightly the other way. And pretty shallow as well. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Pinellas. Lifts this one into right field, but because he's shallow, not going to be a problem for Brendan Jones for out number 2.
Sounded like a broken bat too from Pinellas. He might need a new piece of lumber should he bat again.
That is out number 2 here in the 7th. Dylan Campbell now will bat. Campbell with an RBI single his last time up. One for 3 on the day, just 2 for 21 in the series. And the first pitch to him is a slider over for a called strike 1. Tried to check his swing and did not. It's 0-2. So Campbell calls time. Now back in the box. As Murda comes from the stretch and delivers 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Dylan Campbell goes down swinging for the 3rd and final out here in the 7th. For the Fightins, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. 7 complete, and 7-3 is our score, running on top. John McMillan back out to pitch the 8th for the Reading Fightin' Phils, and to take over play-by-play and to take us home in 2025, my broadcast partner, Jake Starr.
Thank you very much, Bob, and tell you about Moe's Southwest Grill. Welcome to Moe's Southwest Grill in Wyomissing. Start your week off right at Moe's. Moe's Mondays now only $6.99. Continue the savings any day with their new value or add queso and a drink to any entree for only $3. Visit Moe's at 1070 Berkshire Boulevard in Wyomissing. Moe's is a proud 2025 Fightin' Phils team feed partner. So we go to the top half of the 8th inning. John McMillan still in for the Phils, who are looking for 6 more outs to finish off this 2025 season on a high note, and ultimately with a split of this series against Somerset. Reading leads at 7-3. Tyler Hardman is in 5, 6, and 7. 2 up, and the first pitch is swinging a foul ball off of Hardman in the box. He quickly drops to the ground and is on all fours, kind of just punched the ground. You know he's in a little bit of pain right now. So Hardman taking a couple of seconds here to walk that one off. He's flexing that left foot.
Yeah, he has the guard on that ankle and foot, but obviously it missed. Might have got it right off the toes.
So yeah, the guard more protects the ankle, not as much the foot. The cleat's kind of responsible for that, but unless you're wearing like steel-toed shoes, there's probably a little bit of give on those cleats.
I mean, he dropped like a stone when he hit it. I mean, he's went right down on his knees. And he's a big dude, too.
So Hardman is back in. He'll dig in from the right side. It's a no ball, 1 strike count. And McMillan fires a line drive past the diving Robert Moore down the left field line towards the corner. Hardman turns first, wheels his way into second. He'll get there standing up with another leadoff double. It's his 25th double of the year. And that'll bring Garrett Martin to the plate. Ball was hit 96 off the bat. Robert Moore playing a little bit off the line at third, unable to dive for it. He's still got a 4-run lead, so at this point you're just thinking about getting every out you can.
That's 4 leadoff doubles for Somerset in 8 innings. And the first 3 have all scored.
So Martin digs in. He is 0 for 2 today. Couple of strikeouts and a walk. And the first pitch home is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Final line on Christian Tortosa, inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. That came after Braden Tucker went 5 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. And if it wasn't for the walks, I think Tucker probably could have stayed in this game a bit longer. Just the pitch count inflated pretty quickly. The 0-1 swing and a foul ball. It's 0-2. Goes straight back to the backstop.
Yeah, it wasn't just he had 5 walks. He had 1 in every inning. That just kind of exasperates the inning. And the first inning was a long inning as well. Kind of put him behind the 8 ball in terms of his pitch count right out of the gate.
0-2 the count to Garrett Martin. Getting a pretty hefty lead off second is Hardman. He doubled the lead off the frame. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball third. Moore down to a knee, backhands it. Checks the runner, back to second, fires the first. It's in time. 5-3 goes to put out. Good play by Robert Moore. That's out number 1 for Jackson Castillo. So Castillo in from the left side. 7-3 ball game here in the top half of the 8th inning. And the first pitch home, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Final Fightin' Phil's game of 2025. And it's the first time since 2001 that the season has concluded on the friendly confines of FirstEnergy Stadium. Pretty hefty lead off second, and I think McMillan just says, you know what, you're going to take that lead, I'm going to throw over.
Right.
Brito was nowhere near the bag. We said, you know what, I'm going to throw it to Brito, just show you, okay, look, I am paying attention to you.
Yeah, I mean, Hardman had wandered off and then it's kind of skidded his wheels a little bit when he tried to get back. He's lucky that Brito wasn't covering the bag or he was out.
0-1 the count to Jackson Castillo. 1 for 2 in today's game. Had an RBI single his last time up. The 0-1 is a fastball in the inside corner. It's 0-2. So Armanoff second. Brito shades behind him towards the bag. Right side of the infield, plays straight up. Moore at third is about 4 steps and a dive off the third base bag. 0-2. Swung on, lifted in the air, shallow left center. Campbell's in, he's there. He'll make the catch. That'll be out number 2. Back to second goes Hardman, and Max Burt is the batter. Max Burt 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. Still just 1 hit shy of tying the Somerset franchise mark for hits in a season. And of course, at the conclusion of today's game, once all the Eastern League games wrap up today, it'll be an Eastern League batting title for Felix Reyes. Aiden Miller also has his sights set on the Eastern League stolen base title. First pitch to Burt's a strike, 0-1. Miller's got 52. And, well, I can tell you right now whether or not he's going to win it, because Binghamton just went final. Nick Morabito won stolen base. Just do a double check. Hayden Miller is going to win the stolen base round. Morabito finished 3 behind him, so obviously you can't say it's official to 0-2 to McMillan until every game is done, but it's basically a done deal. And Felix Reyes is also basically a done deal for the Eastern League batting champion. 0-2. Swinging a tapper foul, hit off of Burt in the batter's box.
Yeah, we've been saying that for last 2 series, that the only thing that was going to catch Felix Reyes was Felix Reyes. As long as he got enough at bats in, he was going to win the batting title. And he did.
The first start field to lead the league in hitting since Matt Kroon did it in 2023. But Kroon led the league in hitting but didn't get enough at-bats, though, to qualify for a batting title. 0-2 is inside for a ball. It's 1-2. Felix Reyes to win the first batting title by an RFL since the 2010 season when Tag Bozai did it. It'll be the 5th batting title all-time for a Fightin' Phil. And the next pitch is swung on, fly ball, deep left towards the corner. It's down, hits off the wall, and it'll score Tyler Harmon from second. Pulling into second with a RBI double is Max Burt. So he gets double number 13, RBI number 22. And with that, Max Burt ties Elijah Dunham for most hits in Somerset Patriot franchise history at 241.
And so now Somerset has made it 4 leadoff doubles over the course of this game, and all 4 of them have come around to score.
Yeah, Patriots not done yet. They're down by just 3 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Batter is Diomedes Hernandez. First pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. No action currently for the Fightin' Phils. Andrew Baker is kind of hovering over the mound, so maybe he'll be the one who gets the 9th inning. 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Good slider there from John McMillan. Also, the Rangers have tied the game in the top of the 7th inning at 2. So despite the Phillies being down 8-3, chance still to clinch the National League East before the day is over today. 1-1, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Of course, the Eagles and Chiefs kick off in 35 minutes time. So if everything times itself out right.
Not that anybody's counting, but
this game should finish up right around then.
Pick up the pace just a tick.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Hernandez. Burt leads off second. The pitch, swing and a miss, struck. Let's take one final look at our Fightin' Phils team leaders this year, thanks to PA Army National Guard, and let's give you everybody. On base percentage, Aiden Miller. Slugging percentage, Felix Reyes. OPS, Felix Reyes. You're going to sense a theme here at some point. At bats, Aiden Miller. Hits, doubles, triples, home runs, and RBI, Felix Reyes. Walks, Aiden Miller. Stolen bases, Aiden Miller. Pitching side, ERA, Tristan Garnett. Season finale victory and a split against a pretty good Somerset team. Robert Moore digs in from the left side. First pitch to him is over the head of the catcher, Hernandez, to the backstop.
Well, it's the second time he's done that. He did that the first pitch he threw in the 7th inning.
Moore 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a strike pitch. For a ball, it's 2-0. Be intrigued to see what happens with Robert Moore this offseason, too. Reading, hitting exactly 200 on the year. 81st game he's played in. 2-0 is swung on, and it's a line drive out towards shallow. Chris 1 for 3 today, in the third. 2 outs in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 7-4, Fightin's on top. The pitch is a slider that didn't really slide much. It was amongst the leaders and hit by pitches this year. Hit 8 times, second most in the Fightin Phillies behind Leandro Pineda, who was hit 9 times. Next time was a ball, it's 2-0. Should Fergus reach? Caden Hediger awaits on deck. He had a single his last time up. 2-0 is way outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Of course, the Hediger single was, what did you say, like 42 off the bat down the third base line?
Yes. That was after he hit one foul up in the pool deck.
Yanked to that at-bat down the right field line and then went the other way. 3-0, Fergus taken all the way. It's a called strike, and it's 0-1. The 3 balls, 1 strike to Cade Fergus, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. And here's the pitch out, inside ball 4. Almost hit Fergus, but he works himself a 2-out walk. First one issued by Hayden Murda, and that'll bring Caden. We'll check on Fergus at first. Fergus 11 for 14 on the base pass this year. Stole a lot of bases early on, back when he was playing, more consistently to every day. Playing time has kind of decreased, and so have his stolen base numbers. This is 11 for 14. Pitch out is up. It's 1-0. So Hediger 1 for 3 today. He's also got a couple of base stealers out on the base pass today. Is a bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Hediger, someone probably a safe bet to say we'll see him here in Reading next year, whether if it's to start the season or at some point. 2-0. Fergus starts and stops. Hediger swings, pokes it down the third baseline. It'll land foul on the warning track. And it's 1. Dylan Hasso at short over to get that one. 4 games still in action in the Eastern League right now. 2 games have already gone final. Of course, Tuesday it'll be Somerset and Binghamton on the northeast side and Erie and Altoona on the southwest side in the postseason. Best of luck to all of those teams. 2-1, misses down, 3-1. Erie's going for a three-peat and also going for their 4th straight appearance in the championship series. Somerset beat them in 22 before Erie has ripped off back-to-back championships. And they had the John Oliver night this year.
Yeah, it was an interesting season in Erie for sure. But
good run for the Seawolves.
Yep.
3-1, Fergus takes off. Hediger swings and misses. Throw to second is in time. Fergus is out, and that'll end the 8th. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. We will go to the 9th. For one final time in 2025, it's winning time for the Fightin' Phils. They're on top 7-4.
Today's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium is 4,805. Thanks to our friends at PSECU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. Thank you, the fans of Baseball Town, for making another great season here in Reading for your attendance throughout 2025 as we head to the top half of the 9th inning. And the Vernon University Golden Wheels Cola bullpen will bring in the right-hander Andrew Baker, making his 16th appearance in Reading this season. 1-1 with a 6.27 earned run average, 18 2/3 innings pitched. He has given up 24 hits, 27 strikeouts, has walked 9, surrendered a couple of home runs. This is he's looking for his first save in his 2nd save opportunity. Needs 3 outs. He's got a 3-run margin for error as well. 3-run lead for the Phillies as we head to the 9th with a top of the order due up for Somerset, Brendan Jones, George Lombard, and Jace Avina. Jones been on base twice in this game. Doubled and scored, walked as well. In addition to flying into center field and grounding out to first base. First pitch from Baker, up and away, ball 1. Jones, left-handed hitter. Has had 8 hits in this series and fouls this one out of play to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch is lined on the left field line and slicing foul. That would have been trouble with the speed of Jones. Again, it's been a double party today for Somerset, with their 5 doubles out of 8 hits on the day. And as I mentioned last inning, 4 of the 8 innings in this game, they've had a leadoff double. Baker trying to end that trend right here. 1 ball and 2 strike pitch coming from him. And that's going to be a left field. That's going to be a single. Dylan Campbell will pick it up. Brendan Jones leads it off with a base hit. So George Lombard now will be the hitter. Lombard's been on base twice with a single to walk. He's also driven in a run with a sacrifice fly his last time up. So 1 for 2 on the day with a hit and a run driven in. His 36th RBI of the year. 5 hits in total in the series. And the first pitch here is outside, ball 1. Wouldn't imagine that Jones will be running here with a 3-run deficit. Somerset needs base runners. Hediger's thrown a couple base runners out on the day already. Swing and a miss. Lombard comes up empty. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jones isn't doing that jumping off the bag as he has done in the past, and that's when he's stolen bases. Right now, both feet on the ground. Baker takes a look over at him. And will make a pickoff attempt that gets away and goes all the way down the line. It's not going to matter now. Baker's throw gets away, and Fergus has to run it down. Brendan Jones will move up to second base. So now you don't have to worry about whether he's going to run or not, because now he's on second base. As the throw sailed away from Benellis and all the way down the line, now Caden Hediger is going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Again, with the runner on second base, usually changes up the signs. So the first error of the game will be charged to the Phil's pitcher. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike to George Lombard. Ground ball left side, fielded by Moore, the third baseman across the diamond in time, holds the runner at second. 1 out here in the 9th. Did everything right on that play. Robert Moore made sure he had the ground ball, made sure the runner wasn't moving, and then gets Lombard at first base for the first out. That brings Jace Avina to the plate. Avina struck out his first 2 times up and then got a couple of hits, a double and scored a run, singled as well. First pitch from Baker there for a called strike 1. Fans in attendance will get to run the bases after the ball game's over with. The Sunday tradition here in baseball town. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Baker quickly gets ahead of Jace Avina, no balls and 2 strikes. Avina with his 2 hits today, now 8 for 20 in this series. He's also walked 5 times, so he's been productive out of the 3-hole. That one bounces up there. Hediger keeps it in front. It's 1-2. Runner at second base, 1 out. Top half of the 9th inning. Phil's on top 7-4. One-two pitch. Lifts this one foul and out of play down the first base line to stay alive. Baker with a long look in at Hediger. 1-2 delivery again. This one is lifted into right field and not very deep. Fergus has to take a couple of steps back. He'll make the catch. Jones will not tag up. Fergus with a great arm, but really nothing to be gained for Brendan Jones to move up to third base, so he stays put at second, fast enough that he can score on a single. So 2 outs now here in the 9th. Dylan Hasso now will be the batter. Hasso 0 for 3 on base back in the first inning on a walk. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout in his other 3 plate appearances. So one more out needed for Baker to pick up his first save and for the Phils to split the series and go home a winner in 2025. Hasso in the box, and we're ready to go. Lifts this one into center field. Dante Nori drifts over. He'll make the catch for the third and final out, and the Fightin' Phils do indeed end the 2025 season on a high note for the Patriots in the ninth. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one man left. The final score, Reading 7, Somerset 4. We'll take a timeout, back with our White Star Travel postgame show right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Today's postgame show is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more information. Well, it's always good to end the season on a high note. The Phils do just that with this win of a 7-4 advantage. And here's how the scoring unfolded. Somerset got it started. Braden Tucker started for the Phils, right-handed pitcher against left-handed pitcher Kyle Carr for the Somerset Patriots. And in a what turned out to be a theme for Somerset in the ball game today, Brendan Jones led it off with a double after George Lombard singled. Jones stopped at third base. They attempted a double steal, if you want to call it that, and Lombard was thrown out stealing second base, and Jones came across with the run. He was not credited with a stolen base of home or a double steal because Lombard was out. So it goes down as a run, but on a double steal, and that's how the first run came across. And Somerset led it by a score of 1-0. The Phils got the equalizer on a Cade Fergus one-out home run in the third inning off of Carr. The 10th home run of the year for Cade Fergus. The solo home run made it a 1-1 game, and then the Phils took the lead for the first time and ultimately for good in the fourth. Jose Rodriguez led off the fourth inning with a walk, and then Alex Pinellas hit a towering fly ball down the right field line. The only question was it fair or foul, and it landed on the pool deck in fair territory. And Alex Pinellas with a two-run home run, his 8th of the year, 36th and 37th RBI of the year, and the Phils made it a 3-0 game, and then they broke this thing open in the fifth inning, and it all came with 2 outs. And it started with Dante Nori's single, his second hit of the day, and it turned out to be a 3-hit day for Dante Nori. But Nori's opposite field single was followed by a Bryson Ware single to right field that put Nori on third base, first and third and 2 outs, and then Jose Rodriguez dropped a single in front of Castillo in left field for a base hit and an RBI. 16th RBI of the season for Rodriguez to plate Nori. And then after Alex Pinellas walked, it loaded the bases for Dylan Campbell. Campbell singled, brought home Bryson Ware to make it a 5-0 advantage. And then Eric Brito followed that with a 2-run single, bringing home Rodriguez, and Pinellas turned into a 4-run inning for the Phils. 5 hits in total in the inning, and the Phils led it by a score of 7-1. Somerset kept chipping away with those doubles of theirs. It started in the 6th with a leadoff double by Jace Avina. And then after a walk to Tyler Hardman with 2 outs in the inning, Jackson Castillo singled to bring home Avina to make it a 7-2 game. And then in the 7th inning, a leadoff double, this time by Diomedes Hernandez, was eventually brought around on a sacrifice fly. Ground out by Brendan Jones, got Hernandez to third base, and then George Lombard brought him home on a fly ball. That made it a 7-3 game. And then in the 8th inning, guess what? A leadoff double by Tyler Hardman was eventually followed by a double by Max Burt to bring home Hardman. And the Patriots added on for one more in the 8th to make it a 7-4 game. Andrew Baker came on in the 9th. He gave up a leadoff single to Brendan Jones, but then got the next 3 batters on a ground out and a couple of fly balls to end the ball game. And the Phils hold on for the 7-4 victory. 7 runs on 10 hits, an error, and 4 men left on base for the Phils. 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 9 left on the base paths for the Patriots. Somerset finishes 38-31 in the second half. And again, they are headed to the postseason. They will meet up against first half champion Binghamton. Somerset takes the other half. Binghamton technically won both halves, but because Binghamton won the first half, the second place team gets in. So Somerset will meet Binghamton in the Northeastern Division playoffs on Tuesday in Somerset. And the final 2 games will be in Binghamton later on in the week. So Somerset at 38-31 in the second half, 73-65 on the year. With the win, the Phils win their 30th game of the second half, 30-39 in the second half, and 55-81 on the year. Braden Tucker gets the win, his first in Double-A. He's 1-1. Kyle Carr takes the loss. He is 0-1. And Andrew Baker gets the save, his first of the year. Game played in 2 hours and 52 minutes and played in front of 4,805 fans here in Baseball Town. Number of them now running the bases in the Sunday postgame tradition here in Reading. That will do it for us on the Reading Fightin' Phillies Radio Network. We thank our brand new main flagship partner in WEU 8:30 a.m. You can hear Philadelphia Eagles football coming up on the radio on WEU. The Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs coming your way. That's a 4:25 start time. Merrill Reese, Mike Quick out in Kansas City for the call of the game on WEU. And then Phillies baseball comes your way tomorrow on the West Coast. Phillies heading out to Los Angeles. Phils losing in the game against the Kansas City Royals. I don't think that game has gone final as of yet in Philadelphia. It's going to the bottom of the 9th, but Kansas City's on top 10-3. So Phils are not going to clinch it on their own. They'll have to see if the Mets help them out in any way. But right now the Mets and Rangers are tied 2-2 in the 9th. If the Mets lose, then the Phils will have the National League East clinched. If not, they'll have to try to take care of it on the West Coast against the Dodgers. Again, the Phillies and the Dodgers tomorrow night, 10:10 is first pitch in Los Angeles, and you can hear that with Scott Fransky and company on tomorrow night. More than likely to be Kevin Stocker on the road out in L.A. Scott Fransky, Kevin Stocker tomorrow night on 8:30 WEU in Reading. So that will do it for us. We want to thank Al Padrique for his help throughout the season. Great job by him in his 3rd season. He is just one of the best. Every player will tell you that. All his assistant coaches will tell you that as well. And so, too, with the front office. Al Padrique, class act and a great dude. And wish him the best of luck wherever 2026 brings Al Padrique, whether it's back here in Reading or not. We wish him nothing but the best. That will do it for us. For my broadcast partner, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. We thank you for listening to Reading Fightin' Phillies baseball all season long here on the Reading Fightin' Phillies Radio Network, and for being here in attendance as well here at FirstEnergy Stadium throughout the year. Baseball Town will go quiet until April, but we'll gladly welcome you back, right back here when the new season gets underway. Thanks for listening, everyone. The Fightin' Phils ended with a win today. They win it over Somerset by a final score of 7-4. Have yourself a great Sunday afternoon, and thanks for listening.